Needless to say, you don't play favorites, but every family has a natural unspoken hierarchy, and always has, at least when it comes to claiming your place in the car. You know how it goes. The one with the longest legs, you're up front. Congratulations. The shortest kid, you're in the way back. And the nicest sibling with the best attitude, right smack dab in the middle. Sorry, buddy. Is it usually the mild-mannered middle child? You bet. They're such a good sport. Is it fair, comfortable, and enjoyable for all? Absolutely not. Until now. Finally, the first ever Lexus TX is a 3-row SUV where everybody wins. With intuitive tech, cup holders for all, loads of elbow room, cargo room, and leg room. For everyone, no matter where they sit. This is a new era of 3-row luxury. The Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. You got to check out this video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. There's a guy on a golf course in Michigan, and, he got into an argument with some other golfers. And in this argument, he's decided, you know what? I am going to give you my best Hulk Hogan impression.
I'm in for this.
And he ripped off his shirt, started yelling at these folks. And in the video, he's holding one of the other golfers' balls. Like he wouldn't give this guy his ball back.
Golf balls.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a Karen on the golf course right now.
You'll leave after I don't give you a damn thing.
I'm going to take your clubs.
Take it. Then leave.
I'm not getting a fight at a golf course.
I'm going to stand here and you can complain. Goodbye.
You took her ball.
Bro, you took her ball. Dude, I'm not going to fight you off.
Because I'll plant you, Walter. Now get off the cart.
Walter? Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
That's what you spend to heaven. Do you want to test God? You come get it.
If he's mentally ill, let's move along.
You think I'm mentally ill?
I know you.
I love so much about this.
This guy, and he's looking down at himself like, I'm swole, buddy.
He's hulking up, man. He sounds more like the Ultimate Warrior personally because he's making no sense in what he's saying. His promo was a little questionable. It seemed a little coke infused.
Wow.
So was he drunk, you think?
Well, they do have those beverage carts.
They do. I do love that. Like you're mentally ill or whatever. He's like, I'm not mentally ill. She's like, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
It's just like, my gosh, this is embarrassing for whoever's hanging out with this guy.
Yeah. I mean, and you look at this guy, and he's got a ball, and he just puts it in his pocket, and then all of a sudden he hulks out, and you're like, dude, what is happening that this is the big argument that you're in?
And who's Walter?
That's probably Logan Gilbert, not happy with his performance.
Oh, well, yeah, nobody is.
Yeah, so I think there might be that. After this video went viral, by the way, the man banned from the course. Hulk is no longer allowed, or Ultimate Warrior no longer allowed on the course. So, yeah, it's over. It's surprising that they banned him from the course. I think he's the entertainment.
Brother! They need to do like a Hulk Hogan impression or a Terry Bollea impression.
I do not have a 10-inch penis. No, I do not.
I don't have your golf ball. I don't have a 10-inch penis.
He ripped his shirt off. It was like one of those like polo shirts. He just got that thing off and started flexing.
Yeah, he's just like, look, he's in decent shape, but it's like, you're not in like, okay, look at this, you should be.
And he did that thing where like you do your arms down like Hulk Hogan, would you? Yeah. Like the flex, like, rah. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. Like, I'm not here to body shame the guy because he's fine. Like, but honestly, he looked better with the shirt on. Like, he looked more intimidating with the shirt on. Once he took the shirt off, it's like, yeah, he's a little pudgy.
Now, on the same side, if I had that guy's body, I would be very happy. So the guy's definitely in better shape than I'm in.
You know, it's funny, when I read the headline for this, I thought that when it said full Hulk, I was like, oh, he turned green. Just like ready to tear off all his clothes and get angry.
Ironically.
Hulk Hogan. But I mean, at the same time, kind of the same thing, right?
He had a green shirt on.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, you went the opposite of the Incredible Hulk. You got the green off of him.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Dude, we are... Well, yeah, like I think you may be onto something that he probably had a couple beverages.
Had to have.
Yeah, I feel like there is that, which is always very interesting. You know, I know it's a private course and everything, so therefore it is inside in the boundaries of them. But I always felt like, well, you get to go do outdoor drinking, you know, which is, you know, it's hard to do that in a lot of places. But boy, they let you do outdoor drinking while you're golfing.
There are no rules on the golf course, BJ. It's a lawless society.
It's a whole lawless society.
People ripping their shirts off, flexing, keeping other women's balls in their pockets. That was my favorite part.
I'm not mentally ill.
Like, what's up, Walter?
Not mentally ill.
He's been waiting for that opportunity. He's probably been putting in work in the gym, got in better shape. He's like, one of these days, I'm going to just rip this shirt off. And if it's a guy named Walter, he's effed.
But Jimmy, you're still not in the greatest shape yet. You do need some more. You need some more sit-ups, some more crunches. Then you'll be ready. Don't do it now because you don't look that impressive right now.
He's in a shape.
Yeah, he's so
is that Miles? Isn't he an avid golfer? No, Miles wouldn't rip his shirt off. Miles is a man of respect and integrity.
Of course. Yeah, that would be awesome.
He'd take his hat and throw it down or something like that.
I would pay to see Miles rip his shirt off. But then again, you know, it's like,
how much?
Just send me to that. Whatever Chippendale show he's going to be at, let me know.
I'm feeling that Miles will do it for a certain price.
Oh, yeah, probably a beverage.
Maybe like a whole night of free drinking.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to have to negotiate that. Maybe I'll pay for half a night. Here's a question for you. We don't know why this guy was so crazy over a golf ball. We believe it might be alcohol. Here's another question. Why was a Chucky doll arrested? Yeah, a Chucky doll. Well, Steve's going to tell you why. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
With the cozy season upon us, it's the perfect time to treat your skin and prepare for the crisp, cool days ahead. Osea's Undaria Exfoliate and Glow Duo is just what you need to nourish and revitalize your skin this fall. It's also the perfect way to treat two of Osea's best sellers at an incredible value. The Undaria Cleansing Body Polish is an easy one-step exfoliating, cleansing, and moisturizing shower essential, while the Undaria Algae Body Oil is clinically proven to improve elasticity and deeply moisturize without feeling greasy. Osea's been making seaweed-infused products that are safe for your skin and the planet for close to 30 years. Everything they make is clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and climate-neutral certified, so you never have to choose between your values and your best skin. Give your skin a glow-up this fall with clean, vegan skincare from Osea. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code FALL at OseaMalibu.com. That's OSEA Malibu.com, code FALL.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report. And today's a day to enjoy yourself, as my mom would call it, some lobster.
Yeah.
There's no R. It's just an A at the end of lobster. But enjoy yourself some lobster because it's National Lobster Day.
Nice.
All right.
Maybe you go somewhere and eat a bunch of it because it's also National Binge Day.
Oh, well, I'll probably do a TV show, but okay.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking about, like, food. I guess it could be food, booze, or TV.
Yeah.
Binge on whatever you want. And also today, I think it's a day that a lot of us get kind of a big smile on our face because we start thinking about some of those songs that you love. It's National One Hit Wonder Day.
Oh, yeah, those are awesome.
So you got to ask the question. You got to pick one hit wonder that you can listen to today. What's it going to be?
Oh, I know mine just because it got burned into my head because of you ukulele nuts.
Oh, Wheatus.
Yeah.
Teenage Dirtbag. That was the one I was thinking about, too.
See, it's in our skull, buddy. I mean, how can it not be? It's a great song.
Oh, man, I got to think about another one that has a ukulele.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh. I mean, it didn't originally have a ukulele.
I got one.
Oh, God. And arguably not a one hit for him, but it was close.
I mean,
he had Peppino the Italian Mouse, too.
Wheatus did? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Wheatus was, I mean, you were surprised, but Wheatus did a lot of cool songs.
See, I'm willing to I'm willing to bend the rules on the one-hit wonder thing. I know it's in the title, one-hit wonder, but I feel like there's certain bands that have like 1, 2, maybe even 3 hits, but they're still kind of like a one-hit wonder band.
So Third Eye Blind, do you think they're like a one-hit wonder?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're a one-album wonder. Because every song on that album was a hit.
Just like Hootie.
Hootie.
Yeah.
I mean, rest in peace, Steve from Smash Mouth, but Smash Mouth as well. I mean, they had a couple big hits, but, you know, they're kind of like looked at as a one-hit wonder band.
Yeah.
I got to go with Len, Steal My Sunshine.
Oh,
you
that's
stole
a great
my
song.
sunshine with my answer.
Dude, that's truly a one-hit wonder. They didn't
really
have
is.
another hit.
Well, if you can't steal his sunshine, why don't you walk on it instead?
Oh, with the Katrina and the Waves song?
It's another one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Vicky, you got one?
Tainted Love.
Oh, yeah.
Soft Cell.
Mostly because when I hear that song, I think of Danny DeVito stripping.
Oh.
Well, when don't you think of Danny DeVito stripping?
I know, but more specifically, usually with this song, because it was on an episode of Friends, he stripped.
All right, Danny, you got another one?
Yeah, I don't know if it's considered a one-hit wonder because I never listened to the band except for this one song, Bloodhound Gang, The Bad Touch.
Man, they had a couple hits, but that was the one.
That was the one that, like, especially my generation, it was like, I didn't know anything else by them.
Because they had that Fire, Water, Burn song. We don't need no water, let the mother blanker burn. Burn, mother blanker, burn.
And that was that on another album?
Yeah, that was like their first marginal hit.
This is tough. So if you have multiple albums, even if you have less hits than one person that had a bunch of hits on one album, it's hard to know if you qualify.
Yeah.
Man, that's a fun band, though.
Oh, I love that.
Most of their songs, you can't even say the name of them on the air.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Or the chorus. Although I do love the song about the lap dance is always better when the stripper is crying.
Why? See, now you know my strategy.
It's always better when the stripper is crying.
Yeah, so you guys know what I like.
Okay. Well, anyways, happy National One-Hit Wonder Day. Listen to your favorite one-hit wonder today. That's what you got to do. Oh, man, you guys know Chucky, the doll?
Yes.
You remember him from this movie? Remember this?
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend till the end.
Still the greatest premise for a horror film.
Friend till the end.
Because this was like right around the time, what was it, My Buddy? It was like a big, My Buddy. And
I have one of those still.
Yeah, so then Chucky came out, and now all of a sudden you have like a My Buddy doll, but he's killing people in the movies.
Yeah, he is.
Well, anyways, apparently the doll and the owner of the doll was arrested in Mexico because, well, the guy was terrorizing people with a large knife. The guy's name is Carlos. It looks like he was on drugs, and he was scaring people by putting the Chucky doll in their face. So what did the police officers do? They arrested him, but then they also arrested Chucky, too.
Well, yeah.
Well, you got to be a cellmate or anything like that.
Well, finally they're realizing that Chucky is a possessed doll, and he should be prosecuted.
I'm pretty sure they put handcuffs on Chucky as well.
You never
know.
Which I think is...
That is awesome.
That's so great. Well, the season 3 of that Chucky is coming out on Sci-Fi, so I'm like, maybe they thought he was real,
or they're in cahoots with the people who made the show. What a great way to publicize and get the word out about Chucky.
They have 3 seasons.
Oh yeah,
I have no. I knew they. I felt like the show just came out.
Same. I thought we were one season.
So it's a good show.
I've never watched it. I assume it's amazing though.
Oh.
You know, it's a good show. I watched it yesterday. It's a great ending to it and everything. It was the Seahawks game.
Oh, yeah. Great show.
Can't wait to talk with Mitch Levy from Mitch Unfiltered today at 7:47 this morning. But real quick, just to let you guys know what happened with the Seahawks. Second straight win where they scored 37 points. This time they didn't need overtime as they beat the Panthers 37-27. Lumen Field was rocking. I got to be honest with you, though. I was a little nervous because, well... a lot of injuries. I mean, they were playing with
tons of injuries.
I think they hit you up to play offensive line.
I was busy, but they did call.
They did. Also, I mean, a backup quarterback, which seems to be the death blow for the Seahawks. I don't have any exact stats, but I feel like every time they play a team where the backup quarterback is playing, we end up getting wrecked. And so I was like, oh, crap, Andy Dalton, that's going to suck. You know, because Bryce Young was out, but nope, didn't matter. First half also was making me nervous because it was just field goal after field goal after field goal after field goal. I mean, it's good practice for Jason Myers to get him back into the rhythm of things.
Yeah, thank goodness.
I think before this game, he was 3 for 6 on field goals.
Yeah.
He went 5 for 5 yesterday in field goals. That was not a bad effort by Jason Myers. But the second half, Geno came alive. He was looking great. Kenneth Walker played well. Also, shout out to Zach Charbonnet, the rookie running back. He had some really great runs. Also, shout out to Jake Bobo. More Bobo. Got his first touchdown pass. That was pretty awesome. But I think we have to give the biggest shout out to the 12s.
Yeah.
Man, here's even Pete Carroll talking about how awesome the fans were yesterday at Lumen Field. They caused 8 false starts. It was like old school Seahawks fans from like 10 years ago, and they were just rocking, man.
One of the most obvious things that happened today was feeling the 12s. God, dog, what a great impact they had on this game. These guys had 8 false starts in this game, and that's not us. We had nothing to do with that. They can't get coordinated because of the noise. And what a great factor! It felt like what it feels like to be here.
I think he had a poetic. I think you're like, well, the last few years, sometimes like the Seahawks fans aren't as crazy and as loud. Still a great place, obviously, to be, but it was definitely rocking yesterday. And it was raining and the place was going crazy. Plus, Pete Carroll, even though he comes off very youthful and full of energy, every once in a while he says things that make you realize he is an old man.
God, dog.
What the hell is that? God, dog.
Well,
God, dog.
Gosh darn it.
That's a dude that knows he can't say the other word.
It's fair.
As an old person, like they come, fudge ripple.
God, dog.
Oh, yeah. Cheese and crackers.
I had to say, one of the highlights of the game, it wasn't anything that happened it kind of happened on the field, but it was when DJ Dallas was out there. And I was just having a blast listening to the announcers trying to talk about DJ Dallas's promo picture that he uses for his bio.
Yes.
Because they didn't, I don't think, realize what the joke was. Because DJ Dallas is friends with Brandon Tanev of the Seattle Kraken. He goes to a lot of Kraken games, big fan of the Kraken. So this year for his publicity photos that the media had to take, for their bios and stuff, he decided to do the Brandon Tanev, I just saw a ghost look for his promo picture.
Yeah.
And the announcers started talking about DJ Dallas's picture, and it was pretty great.
DJ Dallas might have the #1 promotional photo in the NFL right now. His photo on his bio. Another level.
So you're saying he's photogenic?
Well, when you're doing your prep and you start looking around, and DJ absolutely leaned into the photo thing, eyes wide open, and went for a certain look. There it is.
Oh, that is beautiful. That's like when you take your driver's license picture. They're like, you take one of those crazy ones just in case the police.
Well, that's one of those where you're like, well, tell me when. What? On 3, but you took it on 2.
That was so great, man. Just letting them talk about it. And a lot of people are on social media that don't know the backstory. I'm just like, DJ Dallas looks like they just found his weed.
Yeah.
It's like, it was pretty great.
That is such a cool nod to Turbo, though. I love that.
Absolutely. I just love when players on different teams but in the same city are all having some fun together. A lot of players from the Seahawks from 10 years ago were there having a lot of fun together. It was really cool to see a celebration of the team from that won the Super Bowl back in Super Bowl 48. A lot of them showed up, had a bunch of ceremonies and stuff like that happening throughout the weekend, but also they were there during halftime, and KJ Wright spoke to the entire crowd, and it was amazing. He had the best speech. In fact, here he is just saying, hey, what's up to all the fans out there at Lumen Field.
Hey, make some noise. When we flew to New York, played the Denver Broncos, they thought it was going to beat us. We went there and whooped their ass. Who remember that? Who remember that moment?
That's fantastic.
KJ was all fired up. So were all the other players. But here's a little bit more from KJ Wright just talking to the fans over at Lumen Field.
Hands down, my favorite memory of that moment was a few days later when we had our Super Bowl parade. Every one of y'all was in there. Streets, it was cold, it was freezing, but y'all brought it. Y'all brought it.
He ain't wrong, man. That was one of the coldest experiences of my life. I remember going to that. Well, happy I got to go, obviously, to celebrate the team winning the championship. But, man, that was the worst day ever to enjoy a Super Bowl victory parade.
I did feel sorry for you.
Oh, it was nasty. But, hey, congratulations, Seahawks fans, as well, or actually the city of Seattle. A new report was put out, the list of the most dangerous NFL stadiums based on local crime statistics over and fan surveys as well. And the Seahawks fans, or the Seahawks Lumen Field, second most dangerous.
Really?
Yes. Well, I mean, there's a lot of crap that happens around that area, so that's pretty much what they're saying.
I had no idea that wow. I mean, okay.
Because of the crime statistics around that area. Coming in at number 1, the Denver Broncos Stadium, Mile High, and Power Field at Mile High is what they call it now.
Wow, after yesterday, I wonder what the hell's going to happen.
I don't know if you want to be anywhere near the Denver Broncos after yesterday's game, as the Miami Dolphins beat them 70-20.
That's 7-0.
7-0. Wow. That was the most points by one team since 1966. The fourth 70-point game in NFL history. The record 73. And shout out to the Dolphins. Didn't end up kicking that field goal at the end of the game to tie the record. That was a classy move on their part to not to run the score up. Otherwise.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, that was insane. They had 726 yards. Yeah. I think two had 4 touchdowns. They had 5 rushing touchdowns. They had 5 passing touchdowns, actually, in this game. The thing was just nuts. Yeah. And after the game, I just love Sean Payton. Man, that guy's aging quick. Even Danny and I were talking about how old he looks these days. I'm like, he ain't going to look any younger after the season. Because things have not started off very well. I think a lot of people were thinking, this is going to be the turnaround year for the Denver Broncos. You got Sean Payton, one of the most well-respected coaches. He's going to turn Russ around, turn the team around. You can blame Russ all you want. He has nothing to do with the fact that the team gave up 70 points. And a reporter was talking to Sean Payton during the press conference, and, Sean snapped.
I know that you said it's embarrassing, but this has kind of been a historic game.
I'm more.
Third time the team has scored 70 points, over 70.
What's the question? What's the question?
How do you feel about it being
I just finished telling you.
Historically embarrassing.
Next question.
Yeah.
I
just told you. Told you we suck. How we know?
If I was him, I would have showed up, hey, guys, I'm not talking to you. You know why.
Yeah.
See you later. What are you going to say at that point?
Yeah, that's...
But I think everybody in the football world, obviously here in Seattle, we're talking about the Seahawks, but I think the entire football world is talking about Travis Kelce.
Yes.
That was, my goodness gracious. I don't think anyone's had more pressure on a first date than him and Taylor Swift. That was all eyes were happening on that. It was hilarious to watch.
That is, I know. I'm like... Oh, dude! She's like the hottest celebrity probably and there she is cheering you on.
And I think she picked the perfect team because she's all about the color red. So of course she had to pick a guy that plays on a team that has a red jersey with the Kansas City Chiefs. She was spotted in a suite with Travis's mom.
Yeah,
they have to have been hanging out a little bit more than just that. That can't be the first date.
It's very awkward,
right? That you're being stuck in a suite. You're not even hanging out with the guy. You're watching the guy do something with his mom. And apparently people were getting video of them hanging out. Mm-hmm. They're showing video of her picking up beer bottles in the suite. She was cleaning up in the suite, trying to impress mom, of course.
Of course.
But I was like, say what you will about Taylor Swift. Every once in a while she does random things that you're just like, she just seems like a decent person.
Oh, she's, from what I've heard from everybody, she's always been very down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point he has a good play. You could read her lips as she's yelling, "Let's effing go," and she's not holding back.
Which was hilarious because the video of her when she's doing that, the mom's standing right next to him, she's kind of golf clapping, good job, son. And I'm like, now here's his girlfriend screaming the F word next to her.
They end up winning 41-10. I got to then after the game they go to I guess she loves sushi, so we're going to some hot spot for sushi, and they end up paying everybody's bill in the restaurant. Nice. So just hey, but here's the deal. They're like, well, we're going to pay your bill. Somebody's paying it. They didn't say who it was, but people put 2 and 2 together. But you got to be out of here by 8 p.m. or something like that. So whatever, we'll pay for it, and if you're not done, we'll send you downstairs to our sister restaurant, and you can finish your meal there. That way, the Kelce's and Taylor Swift could have the place to themselves. Oh. I'd take that, though, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would.
I'd order a couple extra sushi rolls before that happened, she's paying? Give me a round of everything you got,
of course. Thank you, Taylor.
I got to give props to also Patrick Mahomes. After the game, they win the game. He's being interviewed by Aaron Andrews. Of course, everybody's talking about this Taylor Swift thing. She brings it up, and Patrick's having some fun with it as well.
Do you realize how much pressure there was on you today from the Swifties to get Travis Kelce a touchdown with Taylor in the house today?
Yeah, I heard she was in the house.
Did you feel the pressure, Patrick?
I thought a little bit of pressure, and so I knew I had to get it to Trav. And of course, it's on a route that Travis, he does his own thing and just makes up a route, and I throw it to him. So I think he wanted to get in the end zone just as much as all the Swifties wanted him to.
Dude, they're going to probably make bank off of Kansas City Chiefs jerseys with Swift and probably number 13 because that's her thing. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden you see a massive uptick in jersey sales. But if they break up, that's America's least favorite team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is. But a great album.
Oh, man. Yeah, just call it, I don't know, Kansas City. That's the name of the record. I have no idea. Cardinals beat the Cowboys. That was a big upset.
Yeah, that's there was just some weird, yesterday between the Broncos game and then the Cardinals all of a sudden. But again, This is preseason. You know me. You just all the weird stuff.
Typically
happens.
in preseason, you don't give up 70 points, though.
I know, but this was a special preseason game.
It's because of Mr. Unlimited. I do love people are just like, oh, it's Russ's fault. I'm like, Russ had nothing to do with that part of it all. You can crap on him all you want, but man, he's not playing defense.
No, but man, he took a lot of money. They gave up a lot for him.
That's true. That's a fair point.
It's going to be.
No,
hard.
You're right.
Yeah, he's the epicenter of misery over there.
Yeah, Monday Night Football, Bucks and Eagles, and also then the Rams and Bengals.
Yes.
We'll see how the Rams do. Hopefully, Cincinnati beats them. We don't talk about the Mariners anymore, right?
We do, and I have breakfast coming.
Yes,
it's the only good news I have from this biatch of a weekend.
It was a rough weekend. Yesterday's game was like the roughest because it was like
really
a comeback that didn't happen. But hey, Texas is hot. Houston is not. So let's beat Houston. No, Mariners are not either, but let's beat Houston. We can start making some ground because we're tied with them, I think, or not tied. We're like right behind them for that last wild card spot.
Yeah, but we're close. It's like a half game out.
Half game out.
And Toronto made up some good ground as they did what they. I mean, they won. So they're 2 games up on the wild card on us, or 2.5, I think.
Right. But hey, good news for us college football fans. Also, Huskies big win.
Yeah,
looking really good out there.
Cougs won.
Yeah, Huskies with the number 7. The Cougs had a good win as well, jumping 5 spots to number 16. So if you're a football fan in the Northwest, you're happy. If you're a baseball fan, not so much.
So many Pac-12 or former Pac-12. I don't know what pack anybody's in anymore because of just how I think got messed up with all that. But like, there's so many teams, from the former Pac-12 that are like ranked.
Yes,
it's pretty wild. I mean, I know Mitch will probably say something because he does love his Huskies.
Hey, as far as weather, it's going to be rain today. So
yeah. Oh, yeah, just like yesterday.
High of 63. Thank you, Beacon Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, Septic, and Mechanical for giving us the Migs Report, and that's what's up.
Yeah. And, of course, how do you feel if you're the other Kelsey brother? You don't win the Super Bowl. You don't win Taylor Swift. You win nothing.
Oh, man.
Good day, sir. Your mom is like, sorry, son. I can't make it to your game. I'm sitting in a booth with my brother's girlfriend.
Hey, about Christmas.
Taylor Swift.
Me and Travis, we're going to the Swift household, so we're not going to be able to celebrate Christmas this year.
Sorry. So, yeah.
I'll send you a card.
Love you. Hope you. Are you playing this year? Don't even know. You guys. On Friday, Steve got this one wrong.
The tongue is made up of how many muscles?
2.
No.
1.
No.
3.
No.
Damn it.
He has a lot of tongues in the muscle. I mean, or a lot of muscles in the tongue, too, as a matter of fact. Maybe that's a video.
That's a thumbnail I don't typically click on. But
the correct answer is 8. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs and do that at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Needless to say, you don't play favorites, but every family has a natural unspoken hierarchy, and always has. At least when it comes to claiming your place in the car. You know how it goes. The one with the longest legs, you're up front. Congratulations. The shortest kid, you're in the way back. And the nicest sibling with the best attitude, right smack dab in the middle. Sorry, buddy. Is it usually the mild-mannered middle child? You bet. They're such a good sport. Is it fair, comfortable, and enjoyable for all? Absolutely not. Until now. Finally, the first ever Lexus TX is a 3-row SUV where everybody wins. With intuitive tech, cup holders for all, loads of elbow room, cargo room, and leg room. For everyone, no matter where they sit. This is a new era of 3-row luxury. The Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Friday, November 17th, 7 o'clock. Live Day goes to prom night. That's right, man. We finally heard you, and we're doing Live Day at 7 o'clock at night at Snoqualmie Casino.
Yeah, we heard you saying, I can't get out of work. I can't get there at 6 in the morning. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it sounds just like that.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it's going to be fun for all of us. For us, for the Rockaholics, we all get to hang out and enjoy things in a normal time.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And it's still going to be live, which means all the sound effects, the music, special guests, everything will be done live. It will be broadcast on KISW. And the theme this year, prom night. So get dressed up with us, buddy.
Oh, man, I got to hurry up and get something.
Oh, yeah. You'll do it. You come through every time.
Oh, yeah. Can I wear my Adidas tracksuit again for the third straight year?
I think you should. I mean, you know what? Why not?
With a bow tie?
Just put a bow tie.
Forget about
there it is.
You got it. Oh, man, I'm getting my money's worth. This is the only time I ever wear that tracksuit.
Yeah.
It's Live Day.
You put a little boutonniere on there, too, you're in.
I like the way you think.
Just make sure you wash it first this time.
I first have to find it.
Okay.
Second, have to wash it.
All right.
And third, have to buy some flowers.
Tickets on sale right now for Live Day Goes to Prom Night at snocasino.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Adam from Shelton is. Adam, are you there?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Adam has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What name is given to any of the 3 muscles that run along the back of your thigh?
Quad.
No.
Quadricep.
No.
Hamstring.
Yes. What instrument did Julie Andrews learn to play in The Sound of Music?
Flute, harmonica, guitar.
No. Guitar, yes. What Bride Wars actress is part owner of the sportswear company Fabletics?
Julia Roberts.
No.
Pass.
The Doors had a hit song titled Light My What?
Fire.
Yes. What heartfelt word is used in tennis to represent a score of 0?
Love.
Yes. The name of what numeric logic puzzle comes from the Japanese for single-digit number?
Uno.
No.
Pass.
The first Star Wars movie came out in what decade?
70s.
Yes. Cat, pike, and skate are all types of what ocean animal?
Fish.
Yes. What language gave us the word alphabet?
Greek.
Yes. What state was originally called New Amsterdam?
New York.
Yes. And with that, you get 8 correct. Woo. That is a wonderful score.
Yeah.
I feel like Adam's got this.
And you taught me how to pronounce that store.
So.
I've been pronouncing that store wrong the whole time. You'll see it when you say about the founder. Okay. I've been pronouncing that wrong in my brain the whole time.
Oh.
I'm so glad
J.C. Penney.
It is Target.
Yeah.
TJ Maxx.
Okay. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
What name is given to any of the 3 muscles that run along the back of your thigh?
Hamstring.
Yes. What instrument did Julie Andrews learn to play in The Sound of Music?
The flute.
No.
The violin?
No.
The piano?
No. What Bride Wars actress is part owner of the sportswear company Fabletics?
What the hell? I don't know. Carrie Underwood.
No.
Kim Kardashian.
No.
Khloe Kardashian.
No. The Doors had a hit song titled Light My What?
Fire.
Yes. What heartfelt word is used in tennis to represent a score of 0?
Love.
Yes. The name of what numeric logic puzzle comes from the Japanese for single-digit number?
Uno.
No.
Oh. What the hell? Jenga.
No.
Checkers?
No. The first Star Wars movie came out in what decade?
70s.
Yes. Cat, pike, and skate are all types of what ocean animal?
Fish.
Yes. What language gave us the word alphabet?
What language? Greek.
Yes. What state was originally called New Amsterdam?
State. New York.
Yes. And with that, you get 7 correct, which is a loss, 8-7. Yeah, Adam.
Wow.
Awesome. Good game, Steve. Congratulations, DJ. Happy Monday.
Thank you
Have a
very
good
much,
one, Adam.
buddy. You did a great job. And what's that?
Even if I lose, I didn't give up 70 points.
That's a good point.
Yes.
That's
very
a very
true.
good point. Oh.
You weren't as bad as the Broncos.
No.
Yeah, man. Didn't even get a text from our buddy Caesar, who usually likes to make fun of us all the time.
I almost did a welfare check on him.
Yeah.
I felt really bad for him. It's been a rough season. This was like the ultimate. Like you're already down on the ground, and then somebody just walks on over and just like kicks you into you-know-what skis.
Well, after the first game of the season, he was throwing a lot of shade about the Seahawks, and I'm like, it's a long season, brother. You better be careful.
Yeah.
And it came back to bite him in game 3.
And he always throws shade, so throw some back.
Yeah. I mean, I felt bad throwing shade. I feel like, you know what? There are times where you go, no, the incident itself is enough.
See, Caesar and I have this fun relationship. He's a big listener of the show, and he's a big Broncos fan, and we always talk. But we'll talk trash about each other's teams for like a half a second, and then both of us will kind of like be like the shoulder to cry on for the other guy. Like, yeah, man, I get it, man. I don't know why people hate Russ as much as they do, and I still didn't have the heart. I didn't want to like make him think that I was giving him a hard time. I'm like, your team lost by that many points, by 50 points, and they gave up 70. I'm just going to leave you alone.
I have never heard of a team getting that many points.
It's not very often.
It's I was like 70?
I think, was I 6 when that happened the last time? They said 1966 or something?
That's wild.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah. I mean, that's a long time ago, man. I mean, really, that's almost 50 years. It's almost 60 years ago.
Yeah.
It's over 50, that's for sure.
I mean, they made a new record, kind of. So, I mean, that's cool. Like, it's 2023 is the last time it happened.
Massively embarrassing that, like, football's not even the same as it was. It's nowhere near what it was 50, like it was 50 years. And they just... Oh,
they're just adding more and more fun tidbits of fodder for the upcoming 30 for 30 documentary about the Russell Wilson Denver Broncos debacle.
I mean, I predicted it when he left. I do not think he is going to have a winning season there. I think this is going to be the biggest mistake ever, and Russell will never recover. He might be a backup, but he's never going to be what he was before.
He's going to pull in Andy Dalton playing with a different team for 5 straight seasons where he gets to start.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, he'll only play because he wants to, and he's got plenty of money. But I don't think, is anyone ever going to take another chance on him?
I think he should have just taken the day off and celebrated with his old team, the Seahawks, and enjoy a victory for a change, and like go, be part of all the celebration.
So true.
And hang out with the team.
Yeah, I mean, man, oh man, it's a beating, and he's just taking that check and cashing it.
Well, I would too. I mean, what are you going to do at this point? You might as well just enjoy being rich.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's it. I mean, their problems are because they're paying that guy way too much money.
Yeah.
And gave up a lot to get him.
Yep.
And it's showing.
Sorry, Caesar.
Going back to the game real quick, does anyone know the Bride Wars actress, part owner of the sportswear company Fabletics?
Kate Hudson.
Yes.
Oh, Bride Wars.
What the hell is Bride Wars?
It was a movie with Kate Hudson, Anne Hathaway, and Chris Pratt was actually in it before he was super famous.
So good.
I thought it was a reality show.
That's what I was trying to think. I, for some reason, I think you even said actress.
Yep.
Yeah, so why did I even think it was a reality show?
I missed that too.
Yeah, you were going with all the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fabletics, she's on like every commercial.
Is she really?
Oh, yeah.
I see. I always thought it was Fabletics. What is going on? Is it about fables? What's in that store?
No.
It's Fabletics.
Athletic and fabulous, I would assume.
Fabletics. Oh, good job, Kate Hudson.
And does anyone know the name of the numeric logic puzzle? It comes from the Japanese for single digit number.
Oh, Is it Sudoku?
There we go.
Sudoku.
Yep.
Sudoku.
It only took you a few minutes to get it, but
So Sudoku means number 1 in Japanese?
a single-digit number.
Oh, a single-digit number is called a Sudoku.
I never played that.
Oh.
It's so hard. I think it's really hard. Is it not?
Oh, wow. The judgment in Danny's voice right there. Is like,
Wow.
wow, coming from you, everything's hard. It's what I kind of got from
Hey,
that. Wow.
That's exactly what that was.
I can do word
right?
searches really well, thank you.
Oh, okay.
But crossword puzzles and Sudokus, no.
Not at all numbers.
Wait.
Yeah.
You do word search? You mean like the one where it's like a bunch of jumbled letters and you can find words inside of that?
Yes.
Yeah, not crossword.
No, not crossword.
Try to find them all quicker than her. I will just say that right now. It's all about spatial pattern, recognition.
All right.
I will
Try to find them
compete.
faster
Let's
than her.
do it.
She will kick your ass in word search.
All right, let's print a word search, all of us, and let's see who can do it the quickest.
Oh, you guys are going down.
I mean, we won't do this on the radio because that's
what you do on the radio.
A lot of stuff we do on the radio is questionable, but that might be the most questionable.
Yeah.
We're just all focused, not speaking
It's
at
just
all.
silence, and that's just.
Yeah, maybe somebody does a video and we just put it up there, and maybe really truncate that video too, because that's going to be pretty boring to go, hey, all right, 15, 20 minutes later.
4 hours later.
Yeah.
I get them
I
all
found
the time.
poodle.
I did it. I get them all the time, like at the airport.
Yeah, Sarah's.
I don't have them like on a Kindle or anything. I have an actual piece.
I think my wife is big into that on the airport too. I think where they make all their money. Those word search books is at the airport.
Oh, I can do them for hours.
Takes after her grandmother because her grandmother loves them. I don't know, your mom not so much. It skipped a generation.
Yeah.
But you and your grandmother are word search whores.
We sure are. Competition, it's on.
Always compete.
I'm warning you guys, do not go against her.
So do we want to put money on it?
If you are crazy enough to put money on it, I will side with Sarah and I'll make bank.
No, you have to be a part of the competition.
No, I'm not going against my daughter. I will lose. I want to make money off you guys losing. You guys challenged her. I know she's
Paul
good.
Heyman of this, and she's Brock Lesnar or something.
That's what's
like that.
happening. I am going to bet, and you guys are going to bet, and I am going to watch you go down, and I'm going to get more breakfast. Just like the breakfast I'm getting
betting
today.
like $1. I'm not looking to bet a lot. I just had to drop a bunch of money for you guys' stupid breakfast.
Yeah, buddy.
I lost that bet.
I
Thanks,
got to do it
Mariners.
again. The thing with word search is, you think it's easy because you get a lot of them, but you got to get all of them. And there's always that one word you go, where the hell is it?
Oh, I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm not saying I don't think your daughter is the dominant force that you think she is.
All right.
Sometimes it's like
Let's
shooting.
find out.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Please, tell me, where can I sign up for this bet right now?
Well, and then what's going to be worse if I win and I dominate, or if I lose and then I'm pissed?
Oh. And we definitely have to do it on a table that you can actually flip. So
Okay. So in.
Yeah.
Either way, I win.
Yeah.
Say you flip a tables for say Steve and Danny, especially Danny, not so much Steve, but Danny. If Danny doesn't beat her in word search, Danny can suck it.
I never said anything about the word search.
Your tone.
You started it.
Yeah, the judgment was on Sudoku,
Exactly.
not on word searches.
Yeah, but when
I
she
suck
said
at
word
searches.
search, you rolled your eyes. I watched it in your head.
No,
You were
because
like,
I thought she was talking crossword puzzles, and have you heard her speak?
Okay, I feel like there's a lot of shade, and the word search battle is going to be really.
Again, I never said I was good at word searches. So
See, we don't sound like a show that's celebrating a Seahawks win. We sound like a show that's all pissed off about a Mariners loss this weekend.
Yeah, we surely
We
are.
all sound grumpy.
A Mariners sweep this weekend.
I know.
Let's not just say loss. I mean, it was the worst thing that could happen. For
They lost their smile, man.
Yeah, they did.
They're going to get it back, though.
Man, that was just so frustrating because the Mariners were like sort of in almost all the games. And you thought, it's
well,
like.
the first one, I don't think they were.
Yeah, I forget what happened in the first one.
I think they got spanked pretty bad.
Did they get spanked in the first game?
I'll have to double check it.
But it was just like it was just like you watch and you go, okay, guys, when you need pitching, you don't have it. When you need hitting, you know.
It was 8-5.
Yeah, so
But it was like 8-0 at one point.
Oh, was it 8-0?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. And I warned you guys that Texas's full offense was back. And how many? I mean, they scored 8 runs.
But then we guys keep them to 2 runs the next game, and we get shut out.
Yeah.
And then yesterday was 9-8.
I know, dude.
But today it all changes as we crush those Astros.
Cannot give up 21 runs in 3 games, though. You will not win a lot of those games.
Sure,
if
you
do
can
that.
if you get 22 runs.
Yeah. You know what? Have you seen your Seattle Mariners? Not their strong point, getting the 22 runs.
What are you talking about? Games before, they've been putting up consistently like 7 runs, 6 runs, 5 runs.
Yeah, not all year, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to have games like that against the A's. Oh, I know. I'm already off the bandwagon.
Yeah.
They got to take on Houston, and hopefully they'll be home at least. So, all right. But then they got to play Texas again. Oh, damn it. All right. If you're having any kind of problems at work besides being a Mariners fan, have any relationship problems, any other random problem where you need advice, we are here for you. Call us or text us now at 206-803-ROCK. It is Help Wanted. We're going to do that at 7:19 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Is your relationship going sideways?
Have a family issue? Problems with your coworker?
Do you need advice? We're here to help. No problem is too dumb. No dilemma is too silly. This is Help Wanted with BJ and Migs.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It is Help Wanted. And for years, we've been getting phone calls, lots of texts, lots of messages. You rockaholics are like, hey, I got some stuff. Can you help out? And yeah, I don't care, man. Relationships, we might be able to. Workplace issues, maybe we can. And if you think it's dumb, that is our specialty. We're here for you. Call us, text us, 206-803. And it is a little rock you throw on the end of there. It's Help Wanted.
Rock you throw on the end of there.
I totally thought it was just 206-803. I was like, are there more numbers? I think there might be.
No, just try 206-803 and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, you figure it out.
All right. We got a few. And they're all kind of... they're probably not silly for the people, but there's a couple silly ones. One involving piercings.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
One involving tattoos.
They're almost in the same neighborhood.
And this one a little bit more serious, but this one involving a baby mama.
Oh, baby mamas are serious.
Yes.
And baby daddies, oh boy. Well, all right, who's going to pick? Vicky, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling piercings.
Yeah. Piercings. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Sometimes you do feel a piercing. It's yeah.
Yeah, in all the places. All right, this person said, hey, I was wondering what you guys could tell me for Help Wanted. I was thinking about getting an eyebrow ring. I'm 40 years old, and I've always wanted an eyebrow piercing, but my wife says that is ridiculous. She says I'm way past my time to be doing things like body piercings, and she also said that eyebrow piercings are so 1990s. I still want one, though. I feel like since I never got one back in the day, it's finally my time to get one, BJ.
I wonder what held him back all these years. Like an eyebrow piercing doesn't seem like something you really have to. Like, I wonder why.
Maybe he just was uncomfortable or insecure about his eyebrows, and over the years he's gotten more comfortable about his eyebrows.
He's grown to love them.
Or maybe he had a job that didn't allow him to have one.
That could be, yeah. Or maybe he's like me and he passes out when he gets an eyebrow piercing.
I'm really lightheaded right now. I might pass out. Yeah, I'm gonna pass out, dude.
Whoa! And down goes Migsy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says, what do you guys think? Should I listen to my wife or should I just say F it and get one?
It's always tough with couples, and when somebody wants to do stuff that I guess is part of their appearance.
I say get it, and then don't say anything about it until she notices it, and then be like, what, this old thing? And just try and play off stupid.
That's funny.
Though, there's no way in your situation could that ever fly.
No, but I'm very lucky. Like, my wife has never even said what kind of tattoo are you getting? There's just been times where I'm like, I'm going to meet up, Tony F. and Mitchell, our buddy who has Tony's Tried and True over in Port Orchard. I'll be like, I'm heading to Port Orchard this weekend. I'm going to go get a tattoo. And she's like, all right, sounds good. Like, it's never been like, what are you getting? Where's it going to be?
Yeah.
And then, she might ask that eventually, but it's more just out of curiosity. It's never like, I'm not going to allow you to get that.
I feel like, I don't know, and maybe you can explain better because, you're a tattoo guy. I feel like as long as you stay below the neck, most people go, whatever you want to do.
That's interesting. I think I would probably just let her know and get her vibe if I was going to get a face tattoo.
Oh.
I haven't really thought about getting that.
This is the woman that won't let you get a mustache or grow a beard. There's no way you're getting a face tattoo.
I think she'd be more okay with me getting a face tattoo than me growing my hair long like I've always wanted to do to get the full Hulk Hogan, Jesse the Body Ventura skullet.
Yeah,
which I want so badly, but I just could never make happen.
What if you should say instead of you wanted to just get a tattoo of a mustache, see how that goes. You're not going to get a mustache.
That's true. But I think you're right. Under the neck, I don't think she gives a crap. But I think if it was something on my neck or my face, I think there would be a conversation.
And I think a lot of people are like that. And I think the same thing with facial jewelry. I think people have judgment of people putting jewelry on their face except in their ears. I don't, I'm not saying everybody's like that, but I do think people go, you're getting a nose ring, you got a lip ring, and I think people just in their way go, I see that every day. I don't know, that doesn't look right on you. again, because it's above the neck.
Yeah, well, my girlfriend actually recently came to me and said she wants to get her ladies pierced, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
And I was like, why are you asking me? And she's like, well, just because I wanted to make sure it was. And I was like, yeah, do you like?
I feel like you would run it by her if you wanted to get the Frank or the bean. I don't think you can pierce the beans, but yeah, I'm sure you could.
I'm sure you can figure out a way. Yeah, no, and I would. It was funny to me that that was like the thing that she was like, because she's got tattoos the same kind of way, and I was just like, yeah, do it. I think it's hot.
Wouldn't it be funny though if she didn't tell you, and it was just like the next time you guys were just like in a happy situation, you're like, what is this?
She thought about it actually. She was like, I was going to surprise you, and I was like, I'm kind of glad you did tell me.
I would kind of throw you for a loop.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What if this happened?
It is a tough one. I would be happy.
Put this there.
I don't know if I would like that myself.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I think it's
You don't
nice
want your lady parts pierced?
I really don't.
Okay,
I feel like, I don't think it's the right look for me. Even though I have no right, I know I have no right to tell anybody to do with their physical appearance, and which, by the way, his wife really doesn't either. But I do appreciate that your girlfriend knew, well, this may be a part of me that you really like, and I'm altering it. And I think that's really, like with the neck up, you see it all the time. Your spouse really likes what you look like from the neck up, and therefore, if you're going to make any dramatic changes, I think the spouse is like, hey, I'd like to know because I like what I'm seeing so far, and you're making a dramatic change to what I see. It's going to affect me too. So I give your girlfriend credit, even though she really didn't have to ask for your permission.
No, of course not. She does walk around topless a lot. So at that point, it's one of those.
Unlike you.
Yeah, I do not.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to picture Danny running around.
Someone said, hey, just get your nipples pierced. That way, at least if you want to get something pierced, at least it's not being seen.
Well,
another person says, get them pierced. That'll teach you. That's the worst pain there is.
Okay, well,
I have no idea.
You might want to let the girlfriend know.
I will let her know.
Yeah.
I think she still wants to.
Oh no, are we talking lady parts, or are we talking?
No, the ladies, the girls, the girls. Yeah, the nipples.
Yeah, exactly. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what.
My bad.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about that part, and that seems weird now when I'm talking about your girlfriend. But I was thinking that part.
Damn it, Linda.
Yeah. Well, because I know I've heard that's actually a very fun spot to get.
I've heard both. Yeah. Because there are some people that I've heard that the nipples are just a sensational thing that they really like it. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of the average female body is it's not just one, like with us. I mean, for the most part, it's like you know what, where you got to go to get things going. But with an average woman, you can go so many different places. And next thing you know, it's like, wow, that place works. Yeah. What the hell?
I mean, sometimes it works for guys too. Like I used to hang out with a guy who got a chest piece done, and he said it completely changed the sensation for him.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like especially right after.
Like if you touched him on the chest, he would all of a sudden get "Let's go."
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
amazing.
Didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
That just made me think I don't want to get a tattoo again for a very long time.
Especially when it got closer to the girls, if you will.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He'd be like, come over, I just got tattooed a couple days ago.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It was that much.
I've never heard of that, so good for him.
How about this text came in from someone who said, my husband's 40, he wants frosted tips. Same ballpark. It's not the 90s anymore, and you're not in high school. Hard stop, LOL.
90s are coming back,
Let him get the frosted tips.
Yeah, NSYNC is back. You got to do it.
It's time.
Those were great days with Brett Boone.
Brett Boone had the best frosted tips, former Mariner player.
Yeah, those were the greatest. I had frosted tips for a while. It hides baldness. That's what's so good about the ones that I had.
You didn't look as cool as Brett Boone, though.
Well, did I ever?
No.
Yeah,
well,
really, there was no chance I ever would.
I still love that guy because under his jersey, I remember that was the days where I was able to get into the locker room and interview some of the players, and under his jersey, he wore a T-shirt that said "Chicks dig the long ball."
Isn't that amazing?
And I was like, that is such an awesome T-shirt.
That man, I'm sure, was a player. I mean, granted, I have no proof. There's nothing at all, but you have a shirt like that, and you got to go, okay, this guy probably knows his ways around the ladies.
So I'm 30. I've had my eyebrow pierced since I was 12. My wife used to hate it, but I wear it anyway. Now she's fine. Just do it. I mean, it's an eyebrow piercing. What's the big deal?
But here's the thing. I mean,
it's not like he's getting an eyebrow piercing, then a nose piercing, and a chain running to it. I mean, I can understand that.
The problem is this, though. Look, you know, you have a line. Sometimes spouses have lines, and even though we might think, wow, that's not a big deal, it might be.
I guess it depends. Like, are they cool with mostly everything else? And if this is like the one thing where they're kind of like drawing a line in the sand. That's how I am. Like, my wife is okay with everything except for the idea of me getting facial hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what am I don't even, it also doesn't matter to me that much. So it's like, okay, well, I just hate shaving every day. So that I don't want to get. I'm okay with growing facial hair because I don't have to shave. But if that's something that's like a big deal to her, but she's cool with the tattoos, me doing this, that, and the other thing, then I'm willing to back down on that.
That's why I would ask this guy, why is the eyebrow ring that important that you really want?
Because it's cool, man. It's cool AF.
Oh, I forgot it was cool AF.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, man, you just got to know the level of trouble it's going to cause. And just know if your wife doesn't treat you well over this, you made the choice to do it, even though she said she didn't like it, and that's a choice you made, so you'll have to deal with the outcomes.
But can you get it, see if he likes it, and then get rid of it? I mean, it's a piercing, so it goes away. It's not like a tattoo. It's not permanent.
Yeah, I think it's the ring itself. You can even take, even if, you take the ring out, and even if you still have a little something there, it doesn't matter. At least the ring is gone.
Or you just start just with a small little, one of those little, piercings, where, it's a little, pendant. I don't even know what they're called, it's not like the full ring, but it's just some kind of a
like the little balls, the barbell?
I don't know, sure.
Yeah, the little curved one. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, something smaller, and see if, and then kind of ease her into it, man. No?
Yeah, listen, again, it's just the battles you fight. And look, I'm a hypocrite saying, hey, pick your battles, because I battle everything.
How long did you have yours pierced for, Steve?
Literally, I'd say 30 minutes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a couple of weeks.
No, I just got legit. I didn't care. I don't want a piercing. I just did it so I could know what it felt like.
That's awesome.
And I passed out from it, which made for fun radio, obviously, because they thought I died. Because I was out for 30 seconds after.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Because that whole morning we were giving away piercings for free to any listeners that came to the station. You'd spin a wheel. It was like the wheel of piercings, and whatever it landed on, you got pierced.
Oh, okay then.
And so I got kind of caught up in the spirit, and I'm like, I'll get my eyebrow pierced. And there's a ton of people in there. It's hot. I hadn't eaten, hadn't had any water. I was tired, pierced, the adrenaline,
done.
Boom, out. I got home and I had the piercing, and I was like, I got to play hockey that night. And I tried my goalie helmet on at the time, and it rested right on the piercing.
Oh, that ain't good.
And I was like, I don't need this stupid thing. So I unscrewed the little ball, because it was one of those ball ones. I unscrewed the ball, took it out, never put it back in again ever. It was just so I could say, so I know what a piercing felt like, because I never got pierced before that.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, and once I felt the flesh rip as the piercing was going.
No.
That sensation really kind of messed with my head. That's when I got my adrenaline started going and the heart rate started going, because I felt it.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it'd be a quick zip, zip.
Nope.
Oh, no, it was way more gnarly and aggressive. It didn't hurt. It just felt weird.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when you get a tooth pulled and you don't feel it, but you hear it. Yeah. And you kind of you know what I mean? It's that.
When they pierced my nose, you could hear the pop.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm good.
Yeah,
so I get it. Piercing does a lot.
No eyebrow piercing?
No, thank you. No, I've seen enough. I saw your documentary. I've
a short doc.
I learned everything I needed from that.
There's a short film, lasted 30 seconds.
I don't know. Hey, we should post that. We should post that back up again, since we're talking about it.
It's out there. It's got hundreds of thousands of views.
Oh yeah. Well, give a link back to it.
Yeah, that's great.
You have to.
It is pretty funny, because I would love playing that video for my friends when they were really stoned in our apartment, and just to see. I'm like, you want to see what it looks like when I died?
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And I show them, and damn, dude, it does look like you died.
It really does.
That turned white.
Yeah, dude. And your eyes roll up in your head, and you go, I don't think he's gonna make it.
And I was like, whoa, with a P at the end of it.
Yeah. He was done.
Dundee.
Dundee.
Yeah. So what do you say? Get the piercing?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Thank you, though.
Oh, someone said start with a fake one and see what she thinks.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
I hadn't thought about that. I mean, it's like with training wheels.
I didn't know they did fake eyebrow piercings.
I don't know. Do they?
You can definitely get the two little balls and put a little bit of eyelash glue on it and put it on your. I've seen how to do fake piercings on you and just glue it on you and see how you look.
It's easy. Well, in that case, you could do that everywhere. Get the Prince Albert fake style.
I mean, you could.
Could you just get a paper clip and just round it out and just kind of apply it to your eye?
If you really want to, yes.
That's a look.
Did she make that is the most ghetto-looking eyebrow piercing.
Yeah, that's
so you got the piercing, and it clearly looks like a paper clip.
That's right. I went to prison. That's where I got this.
Unsanctioned.
So the Seahawks, huh? How about those guys winning their second game in a row? And we're going to chat about the whole thing with the host of Mitch Unfiltered. Mitch Levy joins us at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision. because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Needless to say, you don't play favorites, but every family has a natural unspoken hierarchy, and always has. At least when it comes to claiming your place in the car. You know how it goes. The one with the longest legs, you're up front. Congratulations. The shortest kid, you're in the way back. And the nicest sibling with the best attitude, right smack dab in the middle. Sorry, buddy. Is it usually the mild-mannered middle child? You bet. They're such a good sport. Is it fair, comfortable, and enjoyable for all? Absolutely not. Until now. Finally, the first ever Lexus TX is a 3-row SUV where everybody wins. With intuitive tech, cup holders for all, loads of elbow room, cargo room, and leg room. For everyone, no matter where they sit. This is a new era of 3-row luxury. The Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle.
BJ, it's always great talking to our next guest, but even better when the Seahawks once again put up 37 points and once again win the game. Please welcome to the show your host of Mitch Unfiltered, Mitch Levy.
I got a problem that I need you guys to help me with. I got before we start with the Seahawks.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Help wanted. You got that? Yeah. Well, episode 256 dropped.
My wife comes to me the other day and she says, "What do you think? I'm looking at you. You would look good with a pierced eyebrow." And so,
yeah,
let's go.
I agree with her.
And I said to her, "I don't think I'm old enough yet to get a pierced eyebrow." I think I'm too young to get a pierced. I think you've got to be at least 70 or 60 or 58 or something that I'm not.
That's what's missing.
She said, "No, I think no, I'm looking at you, and I think you should go in." I said, "I don't know. I might pass out if I do it." Yeah.
You might pass. Have you heard the audio of me passing out?
No, I have not heard. Can I hear it?
Yeah, here you go.
I feel really lightheaded right now. I might pass out. Yeah, I'm going to pass out, dude.
Whoa. And then I was out.
Oh, dude.
For like 30 seconds.
He went all white.
Why? Do you know why?
Oh, I didn't eat that morning. It was hot in there because we had a bunch of people getting pierced. And I think the adrenaline, I just kind of had that high blood pressure moment. And I got overwhelmed.
Is it the needle near the eye? Does that have anything to do with it?
We talked a little bit about it earlier, but I think it was the feeling of that needle breaking the flesh. Like it didn't hurt, but I felt like I could hear like that kind of sound, and I think it just got me lightheaded. Like I could get my blood taken, no problem. Needles, all that. They don't hurt, but if I watch them take my blood, I might pass out.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing.
Yeah. You don't still have it, do you?
No, I only had it for like 30 seconds. Or like 30 minutes. I only wanted to know what it felt like.
All that for nothing.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
I want to see BJ's eyebrow get pierced.
Yeah, well, you know what? Keep looking, pal.
I feel like BJ's more of a lip ring kind of guy.
Oh, yeah. You guys keep dreaming. Yeah. So, no metal, no tattoos on this kid.
How you feeling, BJ, after 37-27? Okay?
Look, it's hard to judge. Everybody was on the injured list, so it's hard to judge that game because, I wanted to see a convincing win. And, yeah, they did good in the second half. And, yeah, they suck on third down, both sides of the ball. But, again, they're injured, and we haven't seen it. So it's hard to judge. I think it's great they got the win with all the adversity. And they did what they were supposed to do, beat a bad team with a backup quarterback. So I'm happy. But again, Mitch, I'm not like, woo, we're going to the Super Bowl.
No, you shouldn't be.
I already booked my flight.
Migsy, I looked into hotel. You know where the Super Bowl is, Migsy, if you booked your flight?
I don't, actually. I just had my wife.
How do you book your flight?
I told my wife, book a flight. You know where it goes. You figure it out.
It's at Usher's house. That's where it is.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Yeah. Is it in Vegas?
It's in Las Vegas at Alliance Stadium, whatever they call the place that the Raiders play. I was checking in. I was actually checking into hotels last night, not because of the Seahawks win.
Oh, because of the Dolphins.
There was another. Yeah. I'm thinking, geez, I wonder if I can even get a room. Boy. Woo, boy. Here's the problem. It's about $1,500 a night through Thursday through Sunday at Vegas. And here's the problem. The biggest problem is they all want all of it now, and it's non-refundable, and you don't know until the week before whether you're 2 weeks before, whether your team's even going to make the Super Bowl. You're going to need the room.
I thought that because they jacked up the rates on the hotels for like the F1 races. Not that I'm an F1 guy, but I have friends that are, and they were talking about how expensive it is just to go to Vegas during that. And I'm like, when the Super Bowl goes there, it's going to be even more bonkers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Vegas is pretty hopping when they bring a big box. When Tyson back in the day when he was big and he would fight a fight weekend. Now I know that you guys have the FFC or whatever the hell, the XF, whatever the hell it is. But when Tyson was fighting and he was big, it was an event there that weekend when he was fighting. But this may surpass everything. A Super Bowl. No one would have ever thought that we'd ever see a Super Bowl in Las Vegas, but that'll be very cool.
There are going to be so many people getting arrested that weekend. That's going to be nuts.
And
it's going to be nuts.
It's a town made for the Super Bowl. It's so hard to believe it's taken this long, but they finally got it done.
They got it done, and I don't know. I will say this to BJ's point. I don't know that I've ever agreed with BJ more.
Come on, baby.
Then I agree with him on this Monday morning, September 25th. Mark it down, 2023. You and I will never agree more because the whole theory behind episode 256, which
dropped today,
dropped this morning. It's already out. Yeah, was exactly what you said. At least from the Seahawks standpoint, we had a lot to talk about, as you could imagine, with the Mariners and the Huskies and the Cougars. But I think a couple of times a year, you take a result, an NFL result, and you toss the specifics of it right out the window. And you say, hey, I can't learn anything from this. I can't learn anything good, but I won't also conclude anything bad because there were just so many guys not playing, so many guys that were playing hurt, so many guys on the other team that left in the first. Some really critical defensive players on Carolina left in the first half and didn't come back. That I think to sit here and say, okay, the Seahawks deserve a lot of credit for A, B, and C, or the Seahawks, we should kill the Seahawks because they couldn't stop Andy Dalton from throwing for 300 yards against him when they didn't have this guy. When I'm talking about Seahawks, they don't have this guy. I think you just say, hey, the Seahawks won the game. In 3 months from now, when we're talking about playoffs, the only thing that's going to matter from this game back on September 24th is who won it and who lost it, and it really doesn't matter.
I have one positive thing that I think. That's a lot. I'm happy, obviously they won, but I think it was cool to see how the last two games for Devin Witherspoon. You just see a progression. It's like you could definitely see the potential of why they picked that guy so high, and he's fun to watch.
There's no question. He led the team in tackles. You don't get that from a cornerback. Back in the day, Neon Dion Prime Time was afraid to tackle.
I never heard of that guy before.
No, I
never heard of Coach Prime?
No, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, Witherspoon got up there for 11 tackles. Did some nice things in the coverage game. There was a pass interference, which was fluky. I didn't think he deserved that.
Yeah.
And there were some misses in the coverage game. But yes, after 2 games, he looks a lot better than he does when he's on the sideline injured and not playing. That's for sure. And yeah, there's reason. He has flash, and he oozes confidence, right? He's cocky, he's brash. Every play he makes, you could just see it in him. So yeah, they may have something there, but we'll have to again. Do you want to conclude too much when he's covering Adam Thielen at age like 84 and DJ Chark and a very limited Carolina offense? So I'm just going to take a step back and say, let's just not arrive at any conclusions. Let's just say, hey, the Seahawks won 37-27. They're 2-1. We all thought they'd be 2-1 at this point, but we hoped. Thought that they would.
We hoped they would be.
Yeah, we thought they'd beat the Rams and lose to the Lions. Instead, they lost to the Rams and beat the Lions. And they're 2-1, and they've got Monday Night Football next week in New York against the Giants. Jamal Adams is going to play.
Yeah, that's a thing
for the first time in a long, long time. Hopefully, he won't get hurt. And I'm hearing
I might cry if he gets hurt again.
I know.
That would be such a sad story every season. One game in, out.
That's all you think about, though. I have PTSD over this guy getting hurt.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a game they should win next week. But, Mitch, I mean, again, this is another one of those games they should win.
Maybe. It's on the road on Monday night.
But the Giants are the Giants. I mean,
you say they should win. Have we seen a spread yet? It's probably real close to even, Steven. If not, the Giants are a favorite. We can look that up.
Oh, really? Because I really felt like the people just thought the Giants are hapless. So if they get +3, then yeah, you're right. It's even, Steven. I thought maybe they might give us +3.
That's what I'm saying. I think the Giants are supposed to win the game. Odds makers would say, but we can look that. I'll look that up.
Well, that's what I mean. When if you think they're supposed to win the game, then they'll give him more than
Seahawks a favorite.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Giants are underdogs at home.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Seahawks, there you go.
Yeah, I think
but 1.5. So it's kind of a toss-up game.
Yeah,
it is on the road on Monday Night Football. It is across the country. I don't know that I would say the Seahawks are supposed to go win that game. It's close, but let's see what happens and see if they can get to 3-1 before the bye week. Then they get a bye week and they can get a lot of people back.
Yeah, so many injuries. I mean, the whole offensive line, everything about it was just crazy to see. And
crazy.
It's fun to see that team still. I mean, they still made something happen even with all those backups. It was great.
Yeah. And you should also be excited, Migsy, for the new running back, Charbonnet.
Yeah,
that really was good.
Dude, especially there was that moment where I felt like Walker just kept walking into a wall, kept running into a wall, and nothing that he did wrong. I mean, the offensive line, obviously they can only do so much when you got all these backups, but then Charbonnet comes in and he's just like a whole different vibe and opened things up again.
I thought Walker actually played a good game, and there were some runs there where he was running into a wall, but when it's all said and done, he nearly gained 100 yards.
Yeah,
he was well over 4 yards, 5 yards a carry. And Charbonnet was a controversial pick, as you remember. He was drafted high in the second round with one of those choices that the Seahawks had that everybody thought, okay, defense, middle of the defensive line, defense, and then they draft a running back, and you're like, what? They've got Kenneth Walker? Why are they drafting a running back this high when they could have gotten defensive help? But Pete loves to have himself, likes to have himself a couple of 2-3, horses. And Charbonnet looked the part, at least yesterday. Yeah,
he loves that. He loves that running game because, in a way, that good running game is great for your defense. Yeah.
No
so question. I mean, Pete loves that. So when I saw that, and watching yesterday, it was like, my gosh, if this becomes, because look, we're just starting. Everyone's getting used to rhythm. How can somebody be used? Who's effective where? If this becomes such an effective 1-2 punch where they know when, hey, Charbonnet's right for this particular situation, Walker's right, especially like if they're like the pass he threw to Walker, the reception, like he catches that like I'm a receiver all day long. It just is, and with the tight ends being with
Parkinson.
Yeah, Parkinson. Yeah, he would. You start to see that. Okay, the offense seems like it could give people trouble because of just so many different ways they can come at you and make those adjustments.
No question.
And that's exciting if, in fact, that's real. Again, you can't tell because yesterday it's the Panthers. Would anybody else be able to give him a harder time? But boy, it looked like that offense was so versatile.
There's no reason to think that the Seahawks offense won't be plenty good enough to go deep deep into the season, deep into the postseason.
Some would say maybe go 13-4 this season.
Well, you're on your way. You are on your way. They've only lost one game, so you got a 3-game cushion.
The offense. When you look at what they did last year, they were good offensively last year, and they added to their offensive line, and they added Charbonnet, and they added this kid Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yep.
Offensively, there's no reason to believe they can't be plenty good enough. The questions are always going to be about the defense. Who are they going to stop?
You can't take it.
Who are they going to stop? Are they going to, Jaron Reed? You want to look into again? I don't want to say too much because Carolina's offensive line not good, a little bit in disarray. But Jaron Reed, I said on the podcast 256 this morning, I said I look at Jaron Reed, and it's hard to believe that I see a guy who's better right now than he was the first time he was in Seattle for the Seahawks when he was drafted. And he had a 10-sack year one year. But the way he's played, the way he played against Detroit, yesterday he dominated the game. If you go back and you just watch the nose tackle when he was in number 90 on the center, he was pushing the center back into the backfield. They couldn't run the ball at all against the Seahawks because Jaron Reed was pushing the offensive lineman back into the running backs. He was tremendous yesterday. Again, how much do you want to take from yesterday? I don't know, but there's a guy that's critical, and there's other guys, and what are they going to get from Adams? When Tariq Woolen comes back, when they have Woolen on one side and your guy Devin Witherspoon on the other, what are they going to look like in the pass defense? Those are the questions that are going to decide how far they go.
Can I ask you a stupid question?
Do it.
No, yeah.
Do it.
Okay, good. Because I know you love the Dolphins. At what point do you stop trying to score on the Broncos when you win 70 to 20?
Never.
I love that they didn't go for the field goal at the end. Like, are they trying to pull a classy move and not go for the field goal at the end when you're already been running the score up?
You know the story.
No.
Well, the all-time NFL record
was
72. And they had 70. And they were in position for a field goal if they wanted the all-time NFL record.
Which I think, why not?
I say as long as Russell Wilson's on the Broncos, then go for the field goal.
I mean, look, records are cool. I would go for the record. Look, if it was like the record was 80 points, then I'd be like, yeah, just shut it down. You've got this game. But you're that far away from a record. I'm sorry, we love records in the world of sports. I'm like, if I'm the Broncos, I don't take that. I don't take that personally. It's like, well, they had a chance to break a record. You got to do it. Yeah, that's how I would look at it. So I mean,
but at some point they were up, 50-20.
Yeah,
and they said, let's keep going.
Yeah, they did.
I mean,
well, now hold on a second. Hold on, I got to defend the honor of my beloved Mike.
The integrity.
Yeah, and the integrity. I think, first of all, at 50-20, they all got eyebrow piercings on the sideline.
Okay, that's what happened, and that messes with your brain.
Second of all, when you say they kept going, most of what they did after 50-20 were running plays. They had a 70 or 80-yard running play at 50-20, at 57-20. What do you want them to do, Migsy? Do you want them to take a knee with 12 minutes to go in the game?
I know. I get it.
They're handing the ball off. They're still competitors. I mean, it's more embarrassing to the opponent. I've always said this.
Yeah.
When we've talked about bad sportsmanship and whether you should run it up or not. I've always said, if I'm the opponent, what's more humiliating? The team that's killing us, like taking a knee, or the team that's killing us, trying to still score because they're. What do you want to do? What do you want to see? What did you want the Dolphins to do?
You're right. And also players get bonuses for certain stats. So here's a chance to pad your stats. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
But 21 points in the fourth quarter alone, that would have beat the Broncos in the game.
Yeah.
I will say this: it was a great game for your Dolphins, but man, do we see that game outside of the first 5 games of the season? That's why the first 5 games are so weird. I just can't believe you would see a 70-point game in week 8, week 16. These first 5 games, man, there's some weirdness that's gone on. Just a lot of weirdness. And the Broncos can't be that bad, and the Dolphins can't be that good. That doesn't mean the Dolphins aren't good. But yesterday was an aberration. Whatever. They can't be that good. I mean, hell, even Arizona beat the Cowboys, who just destroyed the Giants. You just can't tell right now. You can't tell anything. But the Dolphins at least look like they might be a team to watch. I'll give them that.
So what if I told you that the 3 highest scoring games in NFL history all happened way after week 5? They happened in week 12, they happened in week 9, and they happened in week 10.
Are you talking back in the old-timey days with leather helmets? Because that was 1966 was the last time.
I'm making it up because I'm making it up. I don't know the.
Oh, you don't even know.
Yeah. Now I want nothing more than an 80-point game some point later in the season.
All right, now listen, guys.
We got to fly soon, so make your last point, sir.
You got to fly?
Then I'm kicking you out.
Okay, all right. Let me. It's fine. You can kick me out, but the Seattle Mariners are playing 7 games at home here.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I hate to say it.
What do you mean it's not? Relax.
We got this,
Relax.
DJ. We got this.
Relax.
You don't understand. Yeah, look, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand.
The Rangers have their full lineup for the first time in months, and
you don't understand.
And they proved it. They proved it this series. The Rangers were the number. They were a record-setting offense, the number 1 offense in baseball. Then they had a lot of injuries. They just got all their team back, and they've been wrecking everybody they've been playing ever since, except that one game where we pitched a good game against them. But they scored 21 runs in 3 games. We're one of the best teams in pitching. We have the top pitching in baseball, pretty much. I am ending the season with the Rangers. Oh, I'm so scared.
Make a bet.
Yeah, bet.
I have to bet you. I'll bet. What's your bet?
First of all,
what's your bet?
We have the best pitching. Tell me how many of the best 2 pitchers for the Mariners pitched in the series against the Texas Rangers over the weekend.
You're right. That's the one thing that
neither
you can
one
look
of them
at.
did.
That's the one thing you can look at.
I'm telling you. Look at me through the Zoom. Look at me, DJ. Look at me. Look at this face.
All right.
Look at this face.
All right.
As Aaron Neville once sang, look at this face. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the Seattle Mariners. When we talk next,
yeah.
When are we going to talk? Next Tuesday morning, Migsy?
Yeah.
Next Tuesday morning?
That's right.
After the Monday Night Football?
After Monday Night
Football.
Football.
Bet this? We ready to bet?
On that day, the Seattle Mariners will be preparing for a wild card game, a playoff game. If they're not the division champs, they won't be the division champs.
Yeah, that's
so they'll be playing. They'll be playing in the wild card.
So you say they're going to have a wild card? Houston's going to continue to falter, and we are going to be in the wild. All right.
No, I don't know about Houston. I just think
it's got to be Houston.
No, I don't think anybody's going to. Nobody's going to falter. I think that the Seattle Mariners are going to come back in front of 45,000 fans for 7 games, and they're going to win enough over the next 7 days.
Boy. Yeah,
they control their own destiny. They will be in the playoffs.
It's not going to happen.
They will be in.
Bet them.
You bet breakfast again?
No, I won't bet it.
He knows the story. He knows what's up.
I just lost a bet for the Mariners.
Yeah,
it's
the only chance you have is to bet me. You've got to bet it though, Mitch. It's the only good luck charm you are. You got to bet it.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, I have to bet against the Mariners for them to win.
Fine.
All right. So next Tuesday,
steak and eggs, and eggs, filet mignon and eggs. Okay.
Well,
BJ loses. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. If Mitch loses, it's like, hey, buddy, look what I went to Jackson's.
Whatever the dollar menu is.
You get your eyebrow pierced.
Yeah.
If I win.
Oh, that's not happening. It's breakfast. All right. I'm too old to bet anything but breakfast. All right. There we go. The bet is on. Mariners in the playoffs by next Tuesday. Which we're talking on Monday though, aren't we?
No,
Tuesday after the Monday Night Football.
Did you not just listen to anything we just said?
I forgot about Monday Night Football. You're right. I totally didn't listen to you. All right, next Tuesday. You're right. Next Tuesday, Mariners in the playoffs or not? Okay, fair enough.
Yep, because the season ends on Sunday.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! The season ends on Sunday.
The Mariners' last game is Sunday, right?
Season ends on Sunday. Seahawks play on Monday night.
Yeah.
And don't forget the 10 a.m. game on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
My beloved Finns.
Oh, boy.
In Buffalo against the Bills.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem for you.
The passing of the torch game.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
The passing of the torch game. Migsy's going to be in a Dolphins uniform next Tuesday morning that I send him.
Boy, oh boy.
He's Dolphins.
He's going to be
a Tua jersey. I'll wear it. Sure.
He's going to be so sad because of his Dolphins and the Mariners. I don't even think he's going to talk to us.
I don't know.
Yeah,
put 70 points up.
70 points, but Buffalo is not Denver.
Well, if they put half of that up, they should win the game.
Yeah, Buffalo's not Denver. I don't think we're going to see anywhere near that.
That's right.
There you go.
You're on.
Squish the fish, baby.
Squish the fish. Jesus.
That's the old days in Buffalo and Miami back in those days. All right, Mitch Unfiltered. Mitch Levy, episode 256 drops wherever you get podcasts, MitchUnfiltered.com. Mitch, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you, boys.
All right, we have a question. Why would a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old steal their mother's car? Well, I'm going to tell you why at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Police in Florida pulled over a stolen car about 4 in the morning last Thursday. So this is Thursday morning, 4 a.m. And they discovered, what? The driver was a 10-year-old boy. His passenger, his 11-year-old sister.
Nice.
And they were the thieves of this car.
Wait, can they even reach the pedals? I have no idea how tall 10 is.
I have a 10-year-old nephew, and he is about my height, or almost my height.
Well, you're not a good...
I could reach the pedals.
But can you see over the steering wheel?
With my booster cushion, I can.
Yes. Do you really have a booster cushion?
It's more for like back alignment, but it does. I do feel it when I don't have it. It's hard. Like I don't like.
Sure, Vicky has the old lady with the white hair just sticking up above the steering wheel.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
Oh
I can't see.
It is so fun to watch Vicky drive.
Wow. So 10. I have no. I saw.
I think Vicky's right. I think you're probably looking at close to her height.
Just old enough.
Yeah. And how about they drove more than 200 miles before they were pulled over? So they were pulled over. So they didn't hit anything as far as I know. And they obviously they were able to drive that car pretty well. I mean, 200 miles.
And they stole their mom's car?
Their mom's car. And they were more than 3 hours away from home when they were caught. We don't know what their plan is. The cops go, we don't know if they had a plan, what their plan was. The mom did pick them up. She's not pressing charges. That's awfully nice of her. They're her kids, of course. Hey.
You missed the part of sort of why, though, they did it. Because she took electronics away from them.
Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. That's why they stole her car and drove it.
It serves her right. You don't take a kid's tablet away from them.
Wow. That's not cool. That is not cool. What
were they doing? Were they hoping they were going to go get some new electronics, or they were just like, screw it, mom took the electronics, we can't go to bed, we're stealing the car at 4 in the morning?
Yeah. Wow.
Also, why are they up at 4 in the morning?
Dude, they were pissed.
That mad?
And you know what?
I'll go to bed.
In some way, you got brother and sister solidarity there. If there's any silver lining to this, like the brother and sister were together on this. They were like, you know what? We're going to get mom back.
This is a warning of what the future is going to be like for this mom, because these two are doing that already at 10 and 11. I mean, they're going to be conspiring to do some crazy stuff as they get older.
That's nuts, man. And here's the problem. I don't know. It's anecdotal, so I'm sure we've had a lot of extreme stories, but I would never think of doing anything like this in retaliation to punishment, because I would just think I would get the crap kicked out of me.
Yeah.
And I would think nowadays a lot of kids just don't think that'll happen to them, which is a good thing. But at the same time, then what is the fear of God in them to not do something like this?
I was afraid to even touch my dad's car, let alone go anywhere. It was so funny. We went to that car show recently in Puyallup, and there was a car that looked kind of like my dad's old car. It was like an old like we called it the Cadillac, but it was I think a Chevy or something like that. But it was just those old brown looking cars. And I saw it and instantly triggered I shouldn't touch it. because my dad would just whoop us even we put a fingerprint on it.
Well,
they're stealing a car.
What is the new way to instill fear in a child?
You take their electronics.
Well, look what happens.
I know. I'm kidding.
I don't know. And Danny, you're a parent, and Steve, you haven't really got there yet because, 10 and 11 is a completely different ballgame than what you're experiencing now. I really don't know. How do you threaten a child to the point where if you do that, you're in serious trouble? Like ours, it was corporal punishment. Both you and I knew that we would get physically assaulted.
The belt, the spatula.
Yeah, we just
whatever's around.
Happen.
Yeah.
See, luckily Lily's an angel, and we haven't had to do
anything.
Yeah, she's perfect. It's great. No, honestly, and I say that we haven't really had to discipline her in any kind of way that's been like that.
What would you do
anything.
If this happened to you, where you got a call from your ex-wife and she said Lily stole the car? Because Lily's 8, so it's only 2 years away from her being able to drive. Oh, she's 9.
Yeah.
Can her legs reach the steering wheel?
No.
The steering wheel.
Well, give her another year, Steve.
Yeah, right.
What would you do? How would you even punish because it was in reaction to a punishment that they did this anyway.
Yeah.
They have no fear of you.
Yeah.
These kids have no fear of their mother at all, thinking, we'll just take the car and drive 200 miles.
I don't know. I mean, locks on the door. I'd be checking in on them with cameras, all of the above. But beyond that, yeah, I don't know. I just telling them.
I can tell you what we do. Oh, and when Tatum stole my car.
Oh, what did she do?
Oh, yeah, well.
We threw away one of her toys.
Oh, good job.
That's the best, actually. That was Mom's if she acts up, she'll say, hey, look, if you don't stop acting up, when we get home, you're going to have to throw away one of your toys.
Whoa.
And Tatum would still act up, and then she'd come home, and I'm like, I had to kind of stay quiet because I'm part of me you don't have to be. But Sid would be like, okay, let's go into your little toy closet and pick something out that you want thrown away. But Tatum at first didn't realize she picked her favorite toy. Or one of her favorite toys, and Sid threw it away. And obviously waterworks, but that was, hey, look, we're not going to threaten you with empty threats. If you're going to do something, we say we're going to take something from you, we are going to take it from you. But Tatum's gotten a little bit smarter now. Now she's picking the toys she doesn't play with.
Yeah, nice move.
Because she's acted up not a lot. She's really good for the most part. But every once in a while she does something where Mom's or even I'm like, look, tone it down, or you're going to have to get rid of a toy. Then all of a sudden she's picking something you haven't played with that in a year and a half. Pick something else.
All of a sudden she's going to Mom and Dad's room and picking something from your closet.
Right. She's like, Dad, your goalie gear. Throwing it away. You didn't say my toys.
I've never heard of that. Is that something that you guys learned from somewhere or just you came up with it?
No. Mom came up with it, and I was just like, yeah, sounds good to me. What am I going to be no, don't do it, and then we're arguing in front of her? No.
Oh, yeah, you got to be unified front.
But it reminds me of my dad. My dad was that, he was a little bit more aggressive. He's like, if you don't pick it up, blah, 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 I'm going to throw them away. But he would break them and then throw it away.
Yeah, power.
And I remember one time he had a full-on meltdown because my brother and I didn't do something, and our toys were out. And he comes into the house. He still got his shoes on. He's like, you didn't do it. I told you to do it. And he just starts stepping all our toys. And I'm crying. He goes, you like Godzilla? I'm Godzilla. Oh, and he's breaking all my toys. And I'm like,
oh, man.
And I'm looking back on, I'm like, are you doing a comedy show while you're traumatizing me?
Yes.
And I shared that story at his retirement part because they had me speak at when he retired. And dude, his whole workplace were in tears when I'm telling the story. And a couple of them pulled me aside and go, I could totally picture your dad doing that. That was hilarious. I'm like, it wasn't a joke. He literally said, I'm Godzilla, as he was breaking all of our toys and then throwing them away.
Happy retirement, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You got to do something. If your kid's going to steal your car, you got to figure out a way to put the fear of God in them. I don't know how I would do it.
It just blows my mind that 4 a.m. you're stealing a car.
Yeah, 10 and 11. And you took away the electronics I'll show you.
So it says, I don't feel as much of a badass anymore. When I was 9, I stole Pokemon cards from a store. It wasn't a car, LOL.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you stole when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
What was the first thing that you can remember?
Models. Star Trek model.
Oh, I thought you were like Cindy Crawford or something. I was like, man, serial killing.
Well, I did. I had my eye on it. I just started. I had to start small.
So the models you put together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Candy.
Candy. Yeah.
But that was because my mom was she used to do it before me. She'd be like, just go grab some caramels for us. We don't need to pay for them. At the store.
No, she didn't.
Yeah. All the time. She's like, yeah, we only need 2 or 3.
What?
Yeah. And so for the longest time, I was just like, I thought that's what you did.
You were in cahoots with your mom and stealing stuff?
You know those little Lindor chocolates, the little one that come individually wrapped?
Yeah.
Yeah, she would always go grab 2 of those, and then but it was after we had already paid, and we just walk out.
Just throw them in your pocket. Don't never suspect the little kid stealing.
Right.
Never. Look at your mom. She's right.
The one I remember being the most. I remember we used to take G.I. Joe dolls and put them in the shopping bag. Not my mom though. So in a way, I was having her shoplift.
Yeah,
I thought that was okay. Yeah, I was like, if anyone gets busted, it's not me. It's my mom, and she let Dad break my toys. So screw both of them. But I remember my brother and I walking, and it took forever to get to the Toys R Us. It was. Probably close to an hour. We walked from our house to get to this Toys R Us, which wasn't that far, but, with little legs. And so it took a minute. And my brother and I, we conspired to steal a skateboard.
Ooh.
And that was next level adrenaline rush. Because it was just he's like, I'll be on the outside. You go over there, you grab this skateboard. And when I say go, you just throw it, you roll it out of the door. I'll open up the door. I was like, why don't we just walk out with this? I don't know why it was such a thing, but I had to roll it under these shopping carts. It was a whole process, and we did it. I run out. I don't even think anyone chased us, but we ran the whole way back. We were convinced that the cops were coming to get us.
Oh yeah.
You had skateboard the whole way back?
No. We thought
that would have been a good idea.
We took 1 skateboard.
Okay.
It would have been smart to take 2.
He was looking at you going, They're coming after us. I have a skateboard and you don't. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, right? Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been fun. That's a hell of a scheme.
What about you, Vicky?
This was so traumatizing because I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I thought when we'd go to the Hallmark store in the mall when I was a kid that all the balloons, as long as they weren't inflated, were free because they just had them out.
So it's the air that costs money.
Yeah, well, the helium, right?
Yeah. In a way, that is true.
I mean, they're just right there. There's no price tag on them. So I thought I'll just take one of each and then just take them home and then I'll blow them up at home. Free, right?
Yeah, seems like a good idea.
Until one day we go to the mall bathroom. My mom sees them falling out of my pocket and does we're going to go back and tell them what you did. And I'm just crying, freaking out. And my mom's like, I just need to get this kid in the car. This kid's like embarrassing me. So we never ended up going back. But
nice move.
I was like, I didn't know I wasn't free. So yeah, the things that are out, they're not free.
Now that's different. You know what I mean? I hope a parent can understand that and go, wait a second. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, okay.
You weren't a thief. You were just dumb.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know stealing is bad, but that's not stealing. They're free, right? Like just like you grab a grape or whatever from the grocery store, one grape, totally fine. This should be okay.
The rest of us were stealing.
Yes.
And Danny's mom was like in on it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm pretty sure my mom still takes those chocolates when she goes to the store.
Just probably some new person to help her, a new accomplice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting the values that the parents set into you, and then you sit there and you go, but wait a minute. You're telling me this, but look what you're doing over here. And that used to get me in trouble because I would say stuff, and my father would be so mad at me. And because somebody rang up something wrong, he would hurry up and go, we just got a great deal. And I go, but that's not cool.
That's what's up.
And he gets so mad at me. And I go, well, dude, you make me go to church, you make me do all these things, and all they do is drill in our head about stealing. And I'm like, sorry to be a rules lawyer here, Dad, but you stole from them. That item was $200, not 20 cents.
And that's the last time BJ's dad took him to church.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I kind of did get out of it at that point. It was like,
he's screwing up my scam game.
It's actually funny you mentioned church because I forgot about the Catholic Church. Where I was growing up Catholic, and my cousins used to steal the money from the collection.
Oh my God!
As it was going by,
how do you not feel like you're going to get hit by lightning?
Did your mom tell them to?
Probably. Yeah, they would just pass it by and they would just grab a couple of dollars out. And
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened a lot.
Oh, all the time. It's free money.
Yeah, I would think that someone's going to come out of nowhere and just like lightning will hit you.
You would think so.
Yeah.
I wonder Steve. I wonder how often that really did happen. My brain can't even imagine doing that.
No.
I mean, you're stealing from God.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you're at church and you have any belief at all that there's this being that's going to really like judge you, you're literally stealing in his house.
You never know. You might be. You could argue like, well, maybe God doesn't like what they're using that money for, so maybe He won't care.
Yeah. Oh, I'm some
of these churches.
Do you think that's going to pass muster? What is it, Gabriel? Who's the guy? Or St. Pete? Who's the guy that has the guest list?
Oh, who's the bouncer at the door?
St. Peter.
Yeah. You think St. Pete is going to buy that lame excuse? He is the ultimate bouncer. He is the bouncer of bouncers.
You're not on the list.
Yeah, he's going to go, dude. We got film. Here you go. All right, there's no way. You're not getting in. That's what I was always afraid of. There's no way you can scam God. This is not going to happen.
Someone said we stole the ring off of some of those Lord of the Ring bookmarks. Our moms made us take them back. Never shoplifted again. LMAO.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the days. On Friday, Steve did get this one wrong.
What kind of bird is Sesame Street's big bird?
He is a bird.
No.
A big one.
No.
He is a large bird.
No.
No, sir. Yeah, I took a stab in the dark, and he is a canary, a big-ass canary. I would have never thought, which is kind of funny. They take one of the smallest birds. BAC, baby. You want a shot at beating Steve? Okay, you got it. 206-803-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Needless to say, you don't play favorites, but every family has a natural unspoken hierarchy, and always has. At least when it comes to claiming your place in the car. You know how it goes. The one with the longest legs, you're up front. Congratulations. The shortest kid, you're in the way back. And the nicest sibling with the best attitude, right smack dab in the middle. Sorry, buddy. Is it usually the mild-mannered middle child? You bet. They're such a good sport. Is it fair, comfortable, and enjoyable for all? Absolutely not. Until now. Finally, the first ever Lexus TX is a 3-row SUV where everybody wins. With intuitive tech, cup holders for all, loads of elbow room, cargo room, and leg room. For everyone, no matter where they sit. This is a new era of 3-row luxury. The Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. On Friday, November 17th, 7 o'clock, Live Day goes to prom night. That's right. All of us from KISW are going to be at Snoqualmie Casino. We're going to be live, baby.
It's going to be so much fun. The men's will be doing their show. We'll be doing our show. Of course, Ryan Castle, Tyron Daly will be there as well. And then the big question, the over-under, is how inebriated will the men's room be by the time they get on that stage?
Yeah, that's a tough one to guess.
Because we're going on first at 7. Then they're going to be doing their show right after us.
Yep.
It's going to be a party, though.
And it still will be live. So all the sound effects, the music, special guests, everything will be done live on KISW. But it's at 7 o'clock at night on a Friday, so you can join us.
And we got our friend Micah the Beast. He's that ukulele player that joined us last time, and he crushed it. He's going to be joining us with a special segment called The Songs You Never Want to Hear Played at the Prom, done on a ukulele.
And yeah, this year's theme is prom night. And so dress up, man. Get dressed up with us. You want tickets to KISW's Live Day Goes to Prom Night? Go to snocasino.com.
Let's play B Migs. It's time to play the game. Do everybody scream his name. B Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I know Alonzo from Des Moines is. Alonzo, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, Stu, now get out.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Alonzo has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
A common phrase for using an EpiPen is blue to the sky, orange to the what?
Pass.
Which 1975 film is considered to be the very first summer blockbuster?
Star Wars?
No.
Pass.
What band has the hit songs Crazy and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing?
Aerosmith.
Yes. What state is directly above Wyoming?
Colorado?
No.
Utah?
No.
Pass.
The raised dot system of writing used by and for blind people is called what?
Braille.
Yes. What rapper has the words always tired tattoo under his eyes?
She's 50 cents.
No.
Pass.
The Paisley pattern is said to be inspired by what fruit?
Orange.
No.
Apple.
No.
Pass.
How many Infinity Stones are there in Avengers Endgame?
4.
No.
6.
Yes. What 2 colors do you mix together to make orange?
red and yellow.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, with that, Alonzo, you got 4 correct.
But he passed. He did. He got to questions.
He did. Sometimes he'd guess a few answers and then
Not my
decide to
wheelhouse.
skip it. You know, you never know, though.
That's right. Anything can happen.
Steve, are you ready?
God, dog.
Yes.
A common phrase for using an EpiPen is blue to the sky, orange to the what?
To the moon?
No.
To the moon, baby.
Blue to the sky, orange to the face?
No. Oh.
Orange to the butt?
No.
Whoa.
Which
I don't know.
1975 film is considered to be the very first summer blockbuster?
75 film. Star Wars.
No.
Rocky.
No.
Raging Bull.
No. What band has the hit songs Crazy and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing?
Aerosmith.
Yes. What state is directly above Wyoming?
Nebraska.
No.
Nevada.
No.
North Dakota.
No. The raised dot system of writing used by and for blind people
Braille.
is called what? Yes. What rapper has the words always tired tattooed under his eyes?
That would be Post Malone.
Yes. The Paisley pattern is said to be inspired by what fruit?
Grapefruit.
No.
Strawberries.
No.
Bananas.
No. How many Infinity Stones are there in Avengers Endgame?
5.
No.
6.
Yes. Nice. And with that, you get 4 correct as well. It's a tie.
Oh,
4-4.
Any given day, no song will play. Nice work, Alonzo.
Hey, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
That's true. Exactly. That's all that matters. All that
That
matters.
was a little rough for both of you guys.
Yeah, it was.
A common phrase using an EpiPen is blue to the sky, orange to the
thigh.
Oh.
That's how you're supposed to know where to jab it.
Oh, I never knew that.
I know. Hopefully, if you ever have to use an EpiPen, you probably won't think of this, but maybe you will.
What's an EpiPen for? Is that for
allergies?
Allergies.
Yeah, like
okay.
peanut allergy or something like that.
Yeah, and you're supposed to stab it in the thigh. So.
Okay.
Which 1975 film is considered to be very first blockbuster?
Is that Jaws?
It is. Wow.
Oh.
And what state is directly above Wyoming?
Is it Montana?
It is.
Look at you.
Wow, you would have kicked butt. The Paisley pattern is said to be inspired by what fruit?
I don't know.
You've all seen the Paisley pattern. You probably just didn't know what it's called.
Squash?
Mango.
Oh.
I don't see. I haven't seen the inside of a mango to look like. No, it looks like
no,
Paisley.
it just the shape Paisley pattern. It looks like an actual mango.
I was thinking of the.
I always thought it looked like like the swim team.
Well, it looks like that too. Actually,
So you're just talking the shape. I was thinking like the stuff inside as well. How Paisley looks inside.
I think
got
it's
confused.
just the actual shape of.
You know, all this time I always thought a mango was more round.
Yeah, this to me looks like more like an avocado.
There's different types of mangoes. I think they're going for like the yellow ones.
Okay.
Oh, see, I'm an orange mango guy.
Yeah,
I don't
actually,
know what-
honestly though, I am too. I think you're thinking of the traditional, like the big fatty ones.
I wonder if Paisley started in India because mango is a very popular fruit in India, and there's a lot of Paisley patterns on saris, and I wonder if that's where we started seeing the Paisley.
Persian.
Well,
Yeah, DJ.
India was Persia, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Danny.
No one knows.
I think they came Prince of Persia. I don't think Persia exists anymore, and I do believe that either part of Persia is either India or Pakistan, but I don't know. I wish I knew my geography better.
Well, no one knew, but you tied, Steve. So congratulations.
Nice work there, buddy.
That was good.
Yeah, you know what? I'm almost proud of you. Well, it is now time for you. Maybe you can correct us and tell us exactly where Paisley comes from or what Persia's all about, because I don't know. I just know the prince that's jumping around all over the place in the video game. That's all I know. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic. You guide the show, 206-803-ROCK. Whatever you want to talk about. We got your calls. We got your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Home Depot. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. And this is your opportunity to be heard. Let the people hear you. But Steve does have a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, just to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-803-ROCK. It is Listeners on the Loose.
So today, guys, I was hoping for a shout-out of encouragement. It's been a rough couple of months. I broke my foot. I lost the entire summer because of it. I just got into an accident last week where I totaled my car and aggravated my recovering foot injury. Found out the other guy has no insurance, lost a temporary filling in my recent root canal, and I have to buy a new car. I'm feeling low, and some encouragement from the guys and gals would lift me up a bit.
Give it out a shout.
Well, man.
Pete Carroll had this to say about that.
God, dog.
Yeah, God dog, man. God
Damn.
dog.
When it rains, it pours.
It's a lot. That is a lot. Thank goodness for uninsured motorists, which I hope you have.
I would hope so as well.
If you don't have uninsured motorists, that is really bad. But there's so many people. I mean, it's amazing when I hear about accidents, because that recently just happened to me. Somebody hit my car and they had no insurance.
Yeah.
Somebody hit my wife, had no insurance. It's just crazy.
But I mean, this is one thing after another. It's not just that. I mean, the broken foot, the root canal.
Yeah, the root canal. What did he say? The root canal? What?
They lost a filling out of their recent root canal.
How do you?
The temporary filling.
Oh, okay. Because he's waiting to get the real deal, and that sucks when that falls out.
Glass is half full. At least you don't have to worry about getting it removed. You just have to put the permanent one in now, right? Is that how it works?
If it's ready.
I have no idea.
Well, you're right. Hopefully if he's going in soon, but otherwise,
dog.
Yeah, that's a lot. And yeah, dude, we got lots of love to you, bro. We get it. That really, really sucks, and hopefully we can distract you. That's what we do. We're distractors,
bro or sis. We have no idea if it's a guy or a girl.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, that's sis or bro or sis, bro.
I'll go get yourself like a Happy Meal, like splurge. Have fun. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, there's like
splurging. So for you,
for me, it's
is it a Happy
like
Meal?
crap. Well, Happy Meal would be a good one. Something that's just gluttonous.
Oh, I eat like crap all the time for that reason. It's not. I mean, man. Well, do you not have many days like him? So you feel like, okay, I can give myself permission?
I mean, not often do I have a broken foot, an injury that re-aggravates that broken foot, lose a temporary filling in my root canal, and get hit by somebody who hasn't have insurance. No, that typically doesn't happen to me.
And I'm the same
Thankfully.
as you, but guess what? I have something that's like less than that, a lot less than that, and I still go eat crappy food. So
fair, yeah.
It's not. I think I'm doing it wrong. Yeah.
Well, hey, at the end of the day, at least you're not the Denver Broncos.
Good point.
As one son said, hey, I know we all know that the Denver Broncos game was horrible, but you guys know it was so bad that their Broncos social media team didn't post a final score or any updates after the first half. They were so embarrassed they just stopped posting on social media except for the post-game coverage. So all the fans were commenting on Twitter saying, show us the score or post it, you cowards. Things in Denver not looking so hot, which is funny because when you look back, Sean Payton had some choice words about their previous coach, LOL.
Yeah. It didn't take long for all that stuff to bite him in the ass. It really, really didn't.
Yeah, he was saying some stuff.
Yeah, he was.
Imagine if you're, what was it, Hackett?
Yeah.
I mean, things aren't going all too well in New York either for them, but for, understandable reasons. But he's got to be like, yeah, you thought you're going to have it easy with that team, huh? It's not that easy.
No, it's not.
Denver stinks.
And I mean, it was just a full-fledged embarrassment is what it was.
Mr. Unlimited.
And as Mitch Levy pointed out to us, because we didn't watch the game, but Mitch, of course, is a huge Dolphin fan. Don't forget his latest episode on MitchOnFilter.com. Mitch said they were running the ball after 50 points. Mm-hmm. And Denver still couldn't. They couldn't stop them. They still allowed 20 more points, even though they weren't doing anything. But they knew the run was coming. They knew that's all they would do because that's what you do when you have such a big score. And they were still scoring on the run. And that's just like what an embarrassment for Denver that they just. Even when the team was like, yeah, we're going to try to play, but we're not going to try to play, and they were still scoring points.
What do you do that night? You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I was a kid, you play Little League sports and your team gets beat. Usually there's a mercy rule. There should have been one for this game, I think. It would have been nice. But, you kind of like down in the dumps for the rest of the day. Maybe mom and dad take you out to get some ice cream to cheer you up. Like, what do these players do after you just lost 70 to freaking 20?
And somebody
you lost by 50 points.
Somebody posted this, and I don't have the full. It's only like 12 seconds or 10 seconds if we can. I don't know if we can find it, but it was Russell Wilson's press conference where he always ends up with like Broncos country or something. But he was so depressed. He was like, "Oh, okay, Broncos country," and he just walked away like that. It was just, and you know him. He's always like, go Hawks or let's ride. But it was. I mean, I don't know if we're all imagining it because of how it was, but he walked away so dejected.
Wouldn't you? I mean, even like not that he played like a stellar game, but he didn't. I mean,
it wasn't his fault that they couldn't stop anybody.
He needs to start playing defense better.
That's probably what it is.
Or hold the ball longer so the defense doesn't get to play at all.
Yeah,
because they're clearly having a tough time.
They did score some defensive touchdowns and some tipped passes and stuff, but still, you're right. It's not all on him.
Do you think he's going to? I mean, this is crazy, and I'm not on the anti-Russ anymore. Now that we got the draft picks, I hope he does well. I have no issues with Russell Wilson anymore. My only hope was for him to fail last year so he could get a good draft pick. But do you think he's going to make it the whole season? Or do you think Sean Payton hits a point? Yes, obviously there's more to the problem than just the quarterback. But do you think he'll hit a point where it's like, let's sit him?
Yeah, that's a really good. I mean,
that'd be insane.
Do they have any options to get rid of him? I mean, the only reason I would sit him is if I could trade him and basically
I don't
see
think anyone's going to take him right now.
Well, if they're willing to pay, half the contract or whatever, and have him just
they're paying him a lot. You don't think anyone's going to want to do that?
I know it's so hard. You're right. I don't
Right?
know who could take that? I don't know who could take any of that on, unless you just get him for free, or maybe a quarter of the contract and go, look, we'll cover. I mean, how do you recoup that? Because you got to do something. That team is not going to get any better with that money going to Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson isn't enough for that team to win. He just doesn't come. He's not worth that kind of money, which is why the Hawks are like, I'm sorry, buddy.
Unreal.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you. It was so bad yesterday. That's what has me like, and seeing Russell dejected in that press conference, I'm like, I think I got to stop hating on him. I think this is horrible.
Yeah, I've never had like yesterday. Obviously, the Seahawks were celebrating a great Super Bowl win from 10 years ago, and we're all looking back on it so fondly. And it's like, I know, like, it's fun to crap all over the dude, but he brought a lot of happy memories to this town and this team while he was in. There was a good couple of years where it was just like, dude, everybody, myself included, I love the dude. So it's kind of weird watching him just suck that bad. But also, I understand that he's changed over the years. Some people are like, you watch the docuseries about 10 years ago, and it's almost like seeing a different person because maybe success did change him. It does seem that way.
Yeah, I mean, because that was pre-Sierra, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I mean, it's just like things changed when like you said, when success started coming, and you have to be able to manage that. And I think like Ken Griffey Jr., because I wasn't happy when he left, but
right.
Now we all love him, and he's happy to show up here and be such a big part of the team. I feel like Russell will be a Hawk. I mean, this will be his greatest, and I think we will forgive once he retires, or if he maybe even becomes a backup to Geno. How cool would that be if he became a backup to Geno Smith in like his last season?
I don't know. I'd rather have Drew Lock.
Oh, you're still locked on Lock?
Oh, hell yeah. He's the future.
Is the future of what?
The future when Geno's done.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
All right. I hope you're right, because I never thought Geno would be the future, so I'm not going to, these guys have an eye for people who you think are like the number two and will never amount to anything. And look what they did with Geno. Look what they did with Russell. I am not going to, you know what? You're right. If they keep Lock in here, there must be a reason.
Someone want to know, why were the Seahawks wearing their road jerseys yesterday?
It took me a long time to figure out why.
I'm glad I knew about it beforehand.
Because I didn't know about it.
I was like, that's awesome. They said, Seahawks will be wearing their white jerseys and the blue pants as a tribute to the outfit, the scheme of jersey in colors that they wore for the Super Bowl. And I was like, that's cool. But if I didn't know that, I'd also be like, what the hell is happening right now?
It was so funny because we were at a bar in Fremont watching the first half of the game. Everyone was having that conversation. Wait, this is at home, right? Like, what's going on, guys? Yeah. Like, everyone was freaking out about it until it was like, oh, they're doing it for that as a tribute.
And somebody even said it too, like in a press conference. That's why we got this jersey on, honoring these guys. And I'm like, you just have a Seahawks jersey on, like you always wear. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're road jerseys.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so I was an idiot, and like a lot of folks that didn't know, I did not know, and then eventually went,
why are these Panthers fans so amped up for the Seahawks? This is weird.
Yeah, that was weird. I know. I thought for sure. I thought this game was at home when I first saw it on TV, and then I'm like, wait, no, it is home. What the hell?
I thought it was cool. Malcolm Smith, he raised the 12th man flag. He was the Super Bowl MVP back in that run, which was cool.
Very cool.
And all the players that did return. Also, some of the coaches. I have a buddy who was the strength and conditioning coach, Mondre G. Him and I stay in touch. We're big fellow wrestling fans. We met shockingly at a WWE event.
No,
we're both sitting right next to each other. We just started hitting it off, and then I started bringing him to Defy shows, and he was always having a blast, and we still stay in touch about some of that stuff. But he texted me a picture of all of them at the practice facility.
Oh, that's cool.
And the picture, dude, it put a massive smile on my face because it's just like so much history right there. It's like all the players and all the coaches are all just standing there just cheesing and just being so damn happy to be together. But man, it's such a great picture.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, look, that is so cool.
Yeah,
it is the best season in Seahawk history.
Isn't that a great shot?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I think Hauschka posted something similar to that, but it's like all the players and the coaches and like the equipment. Whoever was around 10 years ago are all in this picture.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's still hard to believe it's 10 years, but great celebration, a great win. And you heard a lot of the players really think how the young people really, saw the bonding and saw how they, even 10 years later, still have a lot of love for each other. Mm-hmm. And they thought that really will show the young kids and the players on this team, look what that can do for you. If you can get that close, you'll be surprised what that can do for you. So that would be awesome if that somehow starts the Hawks just gelling and becoming a very, very good team this year.
Yeah, a lot of people said that the Red Bryant speech actually, I guess, hit the players pretty hard, like in a good way. Like he had a great speech. I guess he had a great speech for some of the players and about you're playing for how playing for this team and how important it is.
And the fans were there. I mean, all the fall starts. I mean, it was like an old school game. Really, it really felt like it was that magical time of 10 years ago with the way the fans responded. And I mean, it was great to see some of these young players. Bobo's response to the 12th man was so fun in his interview. He was just like, dude, these guys, man. And it's like, see, Bobo looks like a guy who really is a guy like, wait, am I on this team? This is great. Thanks, guys.
He looks like the guy who just shows up to anybody's party.
Yeah.
And he's got he got a case of beer and he's ready to hang out.
Everybody's got love for Bobo, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, DK and Gino, like their eyes light up when anyone says, hey, how'd you feel for Bobo getting that first TD? Yeah. And they were like, dude, he's such a great guy. I mean, they were genuinely happy for this guy that was, drafted in the 800th round. I don't know what. I mean, I don't even know if he was drafted, but he was a guy that
he's undrafted.
That's right, undrafted, but he was the 53rd player or whatever. He was like one of the last guys to make the team.
Yes.
And they were just like, dude, undrafted, last guy to make the team. Who would have thought that and they were all talking about how he basically can't run. Like, he ran the 50-yard dash in a real slow time. And yet here he is with a really amazing catch in there. That footwork was amazing in the back of the end zone.
I still think the best pass of the game, though, was that 2-point conversion. That was insane.
That was it. And what were they talking? That was like reminiscent of how Russell Wilson did that. They were talking about 10 years ago.
To Luke Wilson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so there's just a lot of that, like, that just goosebumps of like things that could have happened, man.
I also love how you guys in Touchdown City, they brought out like a lot of the players were like coming through with all the cheerleaders and all the fans going nuts. It must have been a fun experience for a lot of those players to get to come back to Seattle, get that love and get that vibe again after 10 years. Some of them probably I forgot about they were even on the team. There were some like videos and pictures posted. I'm like, I forgot that guy was on our team.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool to see.
Very special time. Very, very special time. And you argue the best, like I said, the best team in Seahawks history.
Someone texted in and said, Red Bryant's speech gave me chills. It's not about the Seahawk on you. It's about the Seahawk in you.
Ooh, boy, that sounds fresh.
Tell that to Russ's ex, right?
Hey. Wow. Wow.
Sorry, Russ.
Let's ride.
Mr. Unlimited.
It is, listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Call us, text us, 206-803-ROCK. We got your calls. We got your texts. We'll take them at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Listeners on the loose. 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text. Andrew and Sumner, you are on The Rock.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going?
Good morning, Andrew. What you got for us today, buddy?
I was at the Hawks game, so I apologize for my voice.
Okay. I'm glad you did. Yeah, I was about to say something.
Yeah, Steve and I were like, what the hell, dude? We deserve an apology for this voice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was amazing. The crowd was so loud. It was louder than the Taylor Swift concert. And I even saw Johnny Rubbers on the big screen.
Wait, what? Jay Rubbs got on the big screen at the game?
Sarah, your husband was on the big screen?
I didn't even know that. I don't even think he knew that.
I sent you a message, too. Like literally right after I saw it, I was like, is he at the game? And then, yeah, I saw him. I saw him right on the big screen.
What was he doing on the big screen? Was he eating?
Honestly, he did have his hand towards his lips, so I don't know if he was eating or not, but he was with his boy, so I did see that.
I think he was probably stressed. He was probably like biting his nails, like, oh, this game is getting kind of close.
We're in the fourth quarter. I don't think he was stressed. We were doing great. It was right after the 8 turnover.
Oh, I mean, he's always stressed when he watches those games.
Not turnover, my bad. False start.
We got
you. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. Yeah.
I love that.
How about Jay Rubbs makes the big screen at Lumen Field? Nice.
He had really good seats, and he was taking a lot of pictures for me.
I saw some of the pictures. They look great.
Yeah, and he hasn't been out with his buddies, and I mean, since our wedding, probably. Like, out. Oh, he cannot hang anymore.
No.
It's adorable.
He's finally gone. Got rid of the old ball and chain for an afternoon, and next thing you know, he's coming home and he's in bad shape.
I'm picking him up, and he is drunk.
Really?
Oh, it was adorable. And I had told him before the game that Usher was playing the Super Bowl halftime show, and he was convinced that I did not put the word Super Bowl in there, and he thought Usher was playing the game he was at. So he told all his friends. He told everyone he was sitting around that Usher was going to be there. So then I was getting drunk texts like, you told me Usher was going to be here
And
today.
it was just KJ Wright talking to everybody.
Yeah.
That's not Usher.
Why would Usher be doing the halftime show at Game 3?
Thank you. Well, he was like, it's 10 years since the Super Bowl, so I thought they were going to make it special and have Usher there.
Yeah, no.
I was like, you're drunk. Go home. Go to bed.
Maybe
I'll pick you up so you can go home.
Maybe a local performer, maybe, but Usher is like big enough to be the whole Super Bowl.
I know. I was like, oh, you're so adorable when you're faded.
Dude, it's so funny because I saw that pictures. And I was like, maybe I'll get to see him on TV. I don't know if you guys ever do this, but I always play this fun game of when I watch the Seahawks. It's a fun game with myself. No one else in my household really cares. But I'll just sit there whenever they have those shots of the crowd and like intently stare at the screen, being like, I'm going to spot somebody I know. I never do.
See, the one time that I saw it was when D. Ted Smith was on. And I was like, I rewound it and I like recorded it. And I was like, I see you.
Yeah, I always want to see somebody that I know and I never do. I get so mad.
I tried to, but I mean, he's just like a big dude with a beard, dark hair. Like he looks like a lot of Seahawks
That's
fans.
like 70% of the Seahawks fans.
I know, so it's difficult to me. Like, okay, where's my guy? I don't know. All right, well,
So do we even know if it was J-Rubs? That's
exactly.
I mean,
so he got pretty wet.
Else.
I bet at the game.
Yeah, he didn't seem that drenched when I picked him up.
Because it was dumping.
Unless he was lucky enough to be under.
No, he wasn't.
They were so close to it. I don't think
so close.
Yeah, I was going to say he was so close that there was no chance of that.
Oh boy!
Because my wife and I were thinking about going because like we looked on the secondary on the Ticketmaster resale, and the day before it was like $50 you could get a ticket in the 300 level, and I'm like, man, we should probably do this. And my wife's like, well, it might rain, and she doesn't like it. Even though we would be covered during the game, it's after the game or before the game that she wouldn't be too excited about.
I know what she means.
I'm kind of glad we didn't because I think the walk back from Lumen Field would have been pretty gnarly.
Yeah, and it still probably would have been cold.
Yeah.
But I was thinking maybe that's why it was so packed and loud there is because people saw the cheaper tickets. Because if I knew that, I for sure would have gone.
Yeah, and it was kind of crazy to see how cheap they were because I was like, that'd be a fun game to go to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. The players are going to be there during halftime.
Yeah.
But, nah.
Yeah, I don't think J-Rubs' tickets were that cheap. I don't really want to know how much they were, but...
That's how I found out because somebody was on social media being like, I'll sell you my tickets dirt cheap for $150 a ticket. I'm like, I bet I can find better. I go on Ticketmaster. I'm like, similar tickets I could get for $70, buddy. What are you talking about?
Dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Come on.
Who are you trying to fool? I should have posted that and been a troll on their page. I found them cheaper here.
At this point, you should just give them to me for free, man.
Yeah, you lied to us.
False advertising.
I'm unfriending you. You
Done.
liar. Speaking of Usher, someone said, hey, what do you guys think about Usher being at the Super Bowl? I'm not even an Usher guy, but I was like, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's always somebody that is going to have to appeal to everybody. So I mean, I'm okay.
It's never going to be who we want.
Yeah.
So I've given up on that. And honestly, like I don't know. I don't even know if I know more than one song by Usher. I know the Yeah song.
Oh,
right?
yeah. And these are my confessions. No? I would say, and I'm an Usher fan, but I feel like it's really random.
Well, he's got a new record coming out.
Oh,
so maybe
it's random.
Because I was going to say, like, I feel like I haven't heard of an Usher hit, a new hit in a minute. So
yeah, but even like the past few, like the Super Bowl performers aren't like cranking out massive big. I mean, I don't know. Like Rihanna's like I know a big star, but is she a huge star currently?
Well, she was cranking out a kid.
She was cranking out a kid. Yes, that's very true.
That was.
She would have gave birth during that show.
That would have been more entertaining if she had done that.
If she cared about us, she would have.
You know what they should do? If the Chiefs somehow get into the Super Bowl again, they should have Taylor Swift interrupt the thing and just be like, you know what, Usher, I'm going to let you finish, but I got to sing a song for my man.
I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor Swift gets involved if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, which is very likely.
And they're still dating.
Oh, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's a long time away, right?
Oh, she's not performing if they broke up.
What is that, 6 months?
Yeah, unless
4 months.
The breakup song would be amazing at the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah,
it would.
That's true. Just spotlight on him, too.
Yeah.
That would be the most watched Super Bowl halftime show ever.
Screw you, Mahodo, or whatever that commercial is. Have you seen that?
Oh, Mahomes' motto. Yeah.
Mahomes' motto.
Yeah.
Motto. That one makes me laugh every time I see it.
It's a great. That was a clever idea with the State Farm. Well, I'm Mahomes, so you have to be my autos. What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, because it's home and auto insurance. I don't want to be my autos. It's listeners on the loose. 206-803-ROCK. The number to call. The number to text.
So I said, hey, I just saw a picture that Chris Martin of Coldplay posted of him standing outside of the Showbox as that was the band's first ever concert in the U.S. back in 2001. How cool is that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Coldplay were just at Lumen Field. I couldn't even believe. Like, I know that they've sold out, like, Climate Pledge, and they were the first ever show at Climate Pledge. But I was like, oh, they must have done Climate Pledge again. I'm like, wait a second, that's a stadium show, and it was packed last week.
That's awesome.
And I think it's cool that Chris Martin swung by the Showbox to take a picture outside of the marquee for the Showbox.
That was his first show, he said?
Yeah, first show in the United States.
Yeah, okay.
I was at that show, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
How come you're not in the picture?
Well, he texted me, but I was already in Puyallup. I'm like, dude, I ain't got time, man. Tatum's about to go to bed.
He's got to know you're a busy man. He's got to give you a heads up.
No, I did meet him that day, though.
Oh, wow.
And back in 2000, because I was working at the End at the time, and Coldplay just put out Parachutes, the record that had Yellow. And that song was starting to get some traction, and they came to town for their first ever show, and so they did an end session. It was just Chris Martin, a piano, and a couple of the other members were there just to hang out. He couldn't be nicer. And performing the songs and like a bunch of songs off of the record, and then I got tickets to go see them at the Showbox that night. And I don't remember much of the show. I remember them being great. But I remember...
Is there a reason?
Well, no, actually, I think I might have been sober while that was going on.
Okay.
I mean, but it was just 2001, man. That's a long time ago.
It is a long time ago.
But I'll never forget when they played Yellow. Every light on the lighting grid turned yellow.
Hey.
I know it's cheesy, but at the time, like, that song was relatively brand new. And when the whole room turned yellow as the song started, it was awesome.
Are you sure you weren't slightly inebriated and really felt like it was an amazing scene?
All right, maybe I smoked a little weed beforehand. I don't know. It's 2001.
The way
There's a
you're
very good chance.
I mean, it's cool they turn yellow, but you're
I was living in Queen Anne at the time. I'm
right.
you're right.
Feel like maybe
BJ, I probably was on ecstasy. You know what? You never know. I don't know.
It's yellow. Yeah, I
thought it
like,
was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, we are all yellow, and they're playing yellow.
I feel like upon further review. We went to the booth and they checked, and apparently you might have it on. So.
Yeah, you know, concussion protocol. It's MDMA protocol. There's a very good chance. And I remember seeing them the second time they came to Seattle. They played the Benaroya Hall.
Oh, nice.
Not very often that bands play Benaroya.
Yeah.
That was insane. Like, that room sounded so good. And they put on a great show. It was at the tail end of that same tour. Because the second record hadn't even come out yet. And they did the Benaroya Hall, which I was like, I don't know many bands that of that
interesting
style.
place.
Yeah, it was really cool. And I know like Eddie Vedder does like his acoustic shows there and a lot, but you don't typically see like a full-on rock band playing Benaroya Hall, and it was really good.
And it sounded okay. Really good.
I can't remember if they turned the whole room yellow though.
Sorry. That's a missed opportunity if they didn't.
Yeah.
It is listeners on the loose, 206-803-ROCK, the number to call, the number to text.
So did you guys see Pete throw his gum on that pass interference call? That was the best part of the game.
Yeah, and the announcers really, man, they said, one of them said Pete's got a guy whose only job is like to reload the gum.
God, dog.
I thought that was really funny. Well, someone on the sidelines has got to reload him. I don't know whose job that is.
Did he throw his headset as well?
Oh, yeah,
many times.
He was just, it's so.
I love Pete.
It is amazing to see. You know what he reminds me of now, good for Star Wars fans? He's like when Yoda in episode 2 had a lightsaber fight, because you'd always seen the puppet, but they used CGI, and then he fought Count Dooku and bounced all over the place, and it was just amazing because he's this old like, and I kind of think of Pete like, he's a 72-year-old guy. Then you just see him lose his ass and gum flying everywhere, and you're going, Pete, don't break anything.
Dude, he moves so quick when he's pissed.
It's amazing.
It is pretty impressive.
Yeah, so it was. It's fun to watch that, and they always comment on the guys like, "Guys, like 72, he's throwing gum everywhere."
God, dog.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like he's going to just coach forever.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the shape he's in. I mean, I see no reason why he can't. I mean, he could go out there and probably play.
Something to be said about staying at that age, staying around people who are younger and that energy. I feel like that's probably I'm positive that has to be keeping him young.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, my mom's the same age as him, and it's starkly different. Just like the way that they even like watching him in press conferences and stuff. It's like, wow, he's so just like with it, and it's like I wonder how much is that just because he has to be that way.
It is funny when you compare people to like same age. Here's Pete Carroll at this age, and then like here's my mom or your mom. Like it's like that's completely different animals.
Yeah, here's BJ 10 years older than him, and it's crazy.
Yeah. You break a hip chewing gum.
It's not good. Have you guys seen that meme that's out there of all the stars of the 70s when they were in their 40s and 50s, like Archie Bunker and Edith Bunker? And they're all showing you their age. And cigarette smoking really, I think, aged people a lot, too.
Dude, for real.
It's amazing. Like, this is 48. This is 52. And you're like, these people look really old. So, yeah, surgery and the way people present these days that, older does not look that old. But back then, young looked old. So it's interesting, 70-something, 10, 15, 20 years ago, like Pete's age, they're in a chair. They're not getting up just to get up to go to the bathroom, let alone running around spitting gum everywhere.
Somebody showed a picture. I can't remember which hockey player it was. It was a player for the Edmonton Oilers. I don't know if it was one of their star players. And it was just like, look at him from 12 years ago and look at him now. There's almost no difference in age. And I was like, I can't tell which one's the before. Yeah. And I realized, it's the one that has a little bit of like a facial hair is now the current version of him. And I was just like, that's insane. Like how there's almost no aging going on. I think it's a little bit like you said, people aren't smoking as much and people are eating maybe healthier.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things that contribute to it outside of maybe certain types of work that are being done. Because I don't know if Pete Carroll's getting any work done, but he looks great for his age.
Well, yeah, physically. Like, I'm not even talking, it's
even
just
visibly, he looks great for his age.
He does. He really, he looks very, spry is the key word, I guess. Very spry.
Yeah, Vicky's showing us a picture of the guys from Cheers. Remember Norm and who's the other guy from Cheers?
Norman.
Norman.
Oh, God.
Cliff Clavin.
Cliff Clavin, yeah.
And in the picture, they look like they're guys in their 40s and 50s, and they were in their early 30s when this picture was taken.
Isn't that insane? Yeah, you would definitely think they were 10 years older than they look in that picture. Wow. And they were only in their 30s in that picture?
33 and 34.
No.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's I don't know if both of them smoke or also a little too much drinking. I don't know if that's their case, but smoking and drinking really does take a toll on you.
And you got the old person mustache thing going.
Yeah, Cliff Clavin, yeah.
That was just in style, though.
That's true. And it's coming back.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I see a lot of people with mustaches.
No, I agree, but I don't think it's coming back in my book.
Well, not for me personally. Or you?
Did Ted Lasso bring it back? I mean, maybe
that guy. I wouldn't be surprised. Had a little bit of a contributing factor to it.
All right, here's the question for you: what do Ryan Castle and bad breath have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and bad breath have in common?
Smells like stale beer and whiskey.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Those are two of my favorite things.
That's why when I'm around Ryan, I don't know if it's his breath or him.
It's coming out of my pores. That's what my wife would tell you. It's coming out of your pores.
Yeah, it is.
That's Ryan Castle and bad breath. Both have been in Steve's mouth.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
There's a lot of Steve's mouth jokes going on.
Steve's mouth.
I like this one. They both can be stopped with alcohol.
There you go.
From Johnny V.
Yeah. Good job, Johnny. Well, there was a study done because you know what? People like to get in the bedroom with each other and have a nice time.
Does that happen?
I mean, I hear rumors.
So I've been told.
Yeah.
Says the married man.
A recent study was done where they said, okay, what is the number one mood killer in bed? So you want to make sure things go right. What is the number one mood killer so we know not to do it?
Farting.
Wow. Well, we know what the number one mood killer is in your households. America doesn't agree with you. It's bad breath.
Oh, that's where the bad breath comes in.
Yeah. I like how even we had the whole setup, but we still went with farts, BJ.
Farts.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the number
two's got to be farts, right?
It's not on the list. It's like they don't have farts on the list at all. It's the temperature of the room, the lighting, and just overthinking it. Maybe with your farts, you're just overthinking it.
Oh, I've never overthought anything.
Yeah. Well, how about that? 12? Now you don't think that. Yeah, the 12-pack is not overthought either. Ryan Castle's next.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I have a mountain of credit card bills and consumer debt. Can I still keep my house if I file bankruptcy?
Yes, you almost always can keep your home and your house, your car in a bankruptcy. Depending on what type of bankruptcy you file, would depend on whether or not, for example, you can keep your vehicles if you have payments on them still. You can almost always keep your home if you're current on the payments on your home, even in full bankruptcy. In Chapter 13, you can also keep those items. If you're behind on your house, you could catch your house payments up in a Chapter 13, take off a second mortgage in a Chapter 13. So keeping your primary assets like a home and car is almost always possible in bankruptcy.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.